Welcome to All Gen Gamers, a podcast for people in video games of all generations. Starring Pete Dorr, Happy Console Gamer, Gamester81, and Jason Heine. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of All Gen Gamers. I am one of your hosts, Harry Dickman. And we are joined by our good friend Ben Dover. How you doing, Ben?
Hey, what's up? How's it going? Kind of sore.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm Jason Heine, and we are joined with John Gamester81. We also have Pete Dorr. Pete, how you doing?
Good.
And we have Johnny Millennium. What's up, Johnny?
What's going on, boys?
So what we're doing is we're taking a little one-episode break from the User Appreciation Month. The moral of the story and the truth of the matter is that it's just been really busy. And we haven't had a whole lot of time to contact people. And we like to try to give our, the people that we pick a little leeway and a little bit of, headroom per se. So we haven't really got anybody in contact yet, right?
Well, don't forget, we're recording this. We're recording this right after Christmas.
Yeah. So everything's happening. Everything's shaking and moving. So we're going to take one episode break of that, but we're going to get right back into it, of course. But we figured this would be a great opportunity for all of us to kind of reconnect after our few-week break and, talk about some Christmas stuff. I think we have a lot to talk about. Johnny said he has a story or two to share. And, we got some stuff that's going on. So it's good to talk to you guys again. How we doing?
Missed you guys.
Yeah.
It's been had withdrawals from All Gen Gamers.
It's been like 2 weeks, I think, right?
That's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Got to get it fixed now.
I'm so relaxed I can't even talk. I'm okay.
Yeah, this is the time that happens, though. It's like the build-up, and then you just veg out.
It's kind of like after sex.
Kind of like after sex, yeah.
House, yeah.
Yeah.
You have a cigarette, Jason?
I do, here. Cool. Give you a quick light.
Right on. Pete, how was your Christmas, man?
Pretty good. I got some games.
Cool. I saw you streaming. What was that game you were streaming the other day, that shoot 'em game?
I think you were watching Hyperduel.
Was that one of the games you got for Christmas?
That is one, and I'll just say I'm quite overwhelmed at the moment with different games to play. I don't know what I'm going to do, quite honestly.
That's kind of a good problem to have, I guess. Right?
We'll get to it in games we've been playing, but I'm overwhelmed, especially with a game I bought yesterday, or today, actually.
And Johnny, how are you?
Oh, I'm relaxed. No, seriously, I think you guys hit it on the head. It's like, there's so much build up to Christmas. There's so much preparation and all this stuff. And then it's like, it happens. And it's the first day I've had like 4 days off work. So I'm like, after a really busy season too, it's like, oh, thank God. So I've been laying on the couch watching movies and eating a lot of food. It's just been good times. And kind of know that, the kind of thing that's scaring me is like, yeah, okay, now I got to get back to business. You know what I mean? After Christmas, get back to the normal schedule and get back to the movie editing and all that good stuff. So,
like, is it just me, or is January and February, like, those are the two of my least favorite months? Am I alone in that, or do you guys hate those months too?
Not really. Gives me a chance to catch up on some games and just relax, because nothing comes out in those months.
I think what it is it's the build up to Christmas, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's nothing to look forward to anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of depressing.
And you kind of go into that zone, and then you're
hell no. PAX East, that's coming up soon.
Well, that's not until April.
Close enough.
You know what, though? He's right. You got something to look forward to.
Yeah, that's coming up. Yeah.
All I'm looking forward to is work. Yeah.
I'm like 95% sure I'm going to PAX East.
You better. You got your hotel.
I know.
Fuck.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm invested by $300 in my hotel. They won't cancel it.
Yeah.
So.
Bullshit.
Prepaid it already. Bullshit. It is bullshit. So, but I think I'm going anyway.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'd love to go. That's gonna be a good time. So obviously, Pete, you're going. Gamester, you're going. Jason and me will probably be sitting this one out.
Yeah, I'll try to go next year. PAX Prime is where I'll be every year, but I would love to make it out there for this next year. So we'll try then.
I'll tell you one thing. Not as many games are going to be bought this year because this is actually like my busiest year in terms of travel because I'm going to Disney, which is going to be quite a bit. And then I'm going to go to PAX Prime, PAX East, and then New York Comic Con. So that is quite a bit.
Yeah, that's busy.
What about E3? You're not doing that?
That's another one. It's possible. I'll have to see. I mean, quite honestly, if I'm going to go to 5 of those, and I was even thinking of going the Summer of Sonic out in the UK, but that's like another. That's probably that's probably not happening. Because I looked at the flights to the UK and it's like $1,000. I'm like, what the fuck?
You're close because you're close to England. Yeah.
I don't know why it's so much. I mean, unless I'm looking at the wrong website or something, but
No, international flights are expensive, dude.
yeah, fuck that. I would have went last year. If I was going to go, I would have went last year for the 20th anniversary of Sonic, because that would have been pretty awesome. But to go this year, it doesn't make that much sense.
So you're going to Disney World?
Yeah.
Disneyland.
Right.
You know, you could.
First time.
You know,
I was going to recommend this awesome game. It's Disneyland Adventures Connect Game of the Year 2011.
Game of the year.
Definitely check it out. Get you in the mood for Disney World. Check it
I
out.
was going to say the same shit. You don't even need to travel, Pete. Game of the year over here.
You know what? That's it.
Game of
You
the
don't
year.
even need just put your money down and use that for Europe.
I agree.
Times.
Yeah, $1,000, man. Jeez.
Yeah, travel's not cheap.
Better
and,
Mile High
it's-
Club that. You
That's
know?
probably going to cost me. PAX lease is going to probably cost me over $1,000 to go out there. So I'm going to have to hold my money for a little while because I'm not rich by all means, and I got a job and got to save up, be responsible. But it's definitely worth it. It's definitely a lot of fun and good. I know Tim Jumble Junkie is going to be there. A whole bunch of other fellow gamers are going to be there too, and they have an arcade, which is cool. I think I'm going to take Monday off and hit up go to Fun Spot.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for that.
That'd be
What,
a
for
good
PAX
place.
East, you mean?
Yeah, Pete, you want to go?
On Monday, when is PAX?
Well, it's that Friday through Sunday. I think it's like the 6th through 8th of April. So the 9th, I was going to go to Fun Spot. So anyone listening who's in New Hampshire that day, let's hit up Fun Spot together.
Sounds
Let's
like a
do
real
it.
fun
Let's rock.
spot. Yeah.
It is a fun spot.
Yeah, it's possible. I've never been there. I'd love to go to that place.
It's about an hour and a half drive, I think, from Boston. So what I'm planning on doing is just rent a car and just drive there for the day. Because the rest of the weekend, I just do public transportation, subway, whatnot, But it's going to be fun. I'm excited. It's one of
I'll
my
have to see how much money I have.
one of my bucket lists is to go to Fun Spot.
Hey, Pete, I got a question about that Sonic summer thing. That's the one that Tony went to last year, correct?
Right.
Now, is Yuji Naka going back again?
Probably not. He was just there for the 20th anniversary. I mean, why would he go back? For the 21st
well-
anniversary? I mean,
Well,
it would
then
make too much
Sonic
sense.
could drink in the States, at least. He's 21.
If he was going back and doing signings, I'd make more of an effort to get out there. But it doesn't. I don't see why he'd go all the way back when he hasn't been there before.
Shit. Because I have my thing that I want to do. I want to get my Phantasy Star 1 gold box signed by Yuji Naka. Like, that's a dream of mine. I'd love to send that to Tony to say, because he'd probably be going out again. I'd pay him for his troubles of doing it. Like, that would be awesome. If Yuji Naka's going
I
back.
highly doubt he'll be back. Only because Summer of Sonic's been going on for years there now, and he's never been to one before except for the 20th anniversary, so I doubt he's going to go back again.
Wow.
Until the 25th anniversary, probably.
Well, they did announce it anyways ahead of time, wouldn't they?
They would.
I'll wait. Yeah. If I know he's going. That's the only thing. Like Herman last year went down to E3 and got all of his stuff signed by Yuji Naka and by all those guys down there. And yeah, I got to get that gold box signed somehow. I'll send it to somebody because I can't get it. Okay, here's my thoughts on E3. Like, you kind of need to go down and be a part of a company to go down so you can get into all the cool shit. I'm not going to go down and not get into all the cool shit. What's the point?
Oh, wait a minute. I just remembered.
What?
I think E3 is happening like exactly when I'm going to Disney. Like the same week. Oh, well.
Even more
I'll
of a
totally
reason.
go to Disney over E3. I'll tell you that. Because that's more of a once in a lifetime kind of thing,
Yeah. I'd say even more of a reason to get Disneyland Adventures Connect, dude. Hit up E3, take it with you. It'd be awesome.
Well, E3, I mean, sure, it would be awesome to go, but quite honestly, PAX is just as good, E3, you got to have like a lot of insider access to get to like
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of it's invite
events,
only, you know.
It's like all I'll be doing is waiting on lines,
Yeah.
and that'll be boring.
the
it's
thing.
not-
So I know the thing I was going to say. The one place I never want to go to. You guys have seen all the videos on Comic-Con. Looks like a fucking nightmare.
I would
It'd
love
be
to go to Comic-Con, but yeah, it sells out like by the following year sells out before that one's over.
That's insane.
Well, New
Yeah,
York
it's crazy.
Comic Con is great, but I don't think I'd ever go to San Diego one.
Just the lines and like I heard of people waiting like 4 hours in a lineup, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, sorry, we're changing this to the end of the line. It's actually over there now." It's like, huh? They did this all the time.
Well, when I went to New York Comic Con, Friday was an amazing day to go. It was so nice, easy to move around. Saturday, holy shit! Like you could not move anywhere. It was so overcrowded. It was terrible. So anybody that's going to New York Comic Con this year, if you're only going one day, make sure it's a Friday. And I've heard Sunday's even worse than Saturday.
But they're separate cons. I mean, separate conventions, right? Not
related. The San Diego one is much larger, but I'd imagine that's just as crowded.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for me, that's for sure. So, Jason, how was your Christmas?
Oh, man. I'm telling you, my Christmas was good. I didn't go home to see family. I worked actually all the way up until Christmas Eve, about 3 o'clock on Christmas Eve. So I didn't get a chance to go home and see my family the first time in, well, I think forever. So I spent it here just chilling, not doing much, playing some games, kind of recouping. Again, Johnny, like you said, the build up and then let down. It really felt good to just kick back, play some video games, sleep in.
Yeah, sleep in. I like that one.
You know what I mean? Good. I mean, when you live a busy life, you know how it is. When you are able to sleep in, that is just a beautiful thing.
I slept until fucking 1:30 today.
Wow.
It was awesome.
I did one. I hear you.
It was amazing.
So it was great. Had a good Christmas. I have a lot of games on my list here, of stuff that I got, stuff that I've played, so it was a good time. I head back to work tomorrow and continue on with the work week, and that's about it, really.
Nice.
For me.
Good.
Yeah.
It was good. I had 3 Christmases this year. We had one during Thanksgiving when my brother came down from Seattle and celebrated with the sister-in-law of my brother. And then I had one week before Christmas in Nebraska with my in-laws. And then I had a kind of a small one with my parents and my wife and my other brother. So
yeah, it was cool.
It was cool. It's good. Always good to hang out with the family. Didn't get in too much as far as game-wise goes. I got an iPad, which is cool. iPad 2.
Oh, nice, dude.
You got an iPad 2?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
I'll have to recommend some games to you later.
Yeah, so it's cool. I'm excited for that. Got a lot of Star Wars shit, which is cool. Always enjoy that. Good stuff. A lot of Target exclusives out right now. There's a lot of exclusive Star Wars.
Yeah, I was watching your hunting videos and stuff. Shit, I was surprised how much Star Wars stuff they actually had.
Is it generating?
Kmart or something? I forget, whichever one it was where they had the different Tauntaun editions. Was that Kmart?
That was Target. Yeah,
Target.
Yeah, Target has a lot, and Toys R Us has a bunch. You've always got the exclusive stuff. I'm still waiting, Johnny, for that Death Star to come in the mail. It hasn't come yet from you.
Funny.
It's how the hell you keep up with that shit, John? That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
It's no different than Sonic stuff, right? So, we'll have our hobbies. But no, I mean, it was cool. Got a puppy or got a dog for Christmas too, which is cool.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's
cool.
cool.
What's his name?
His name is Buster.
Nice.
He's half beagle, half Australian cattle dog. He's adorable. He's cool.
Named after Buster Brothers, right?
Yeah, I don't know. He was actually we adopted him from a shelter, so he was already previously named Buster. So we saved him. Saved
for
him
you
from another
guys.
house.
About how old is he?
He's about 2.
Oh,
so he's not a puppy, but he's he's still pretty young, but he's cool. He sleeps under the covers, which is kind of cool, like kind of weird. Like he prefers under the covers like a human. It's weird.
You better watch out for that one morning, John.
Yeah, pretty soon you're going to be taking him coffee and making him breakfast.
I know.
Shit.
But no, he's cool because my other dog passed away during Thanksgiving, which kind of sucked, and there's been other shit going on too. So it was nice to have something kind of fill that void. So
absolutely,
yeah,
good for you guys.
Thanks, man. But yeah, it was good.
No, it's funny actually. You said you got Star Wars stuff for Christmas. I got Kim bought me an AT-AT. And it's so funny. I've always kind of wanted an AT-AT, but it's like, where the fuck am I gonna put an AT-AT? I'm so out of room. Like I just don't have any room. Like every square cube now is important, and I have this AT-AT, and it's fucking cool, man. I can't believe how big the AT-ATs are.
Yeah,
are now.
For those listeners who don't know what an AT-AT is, the AT-AT is it's a walker that was in Empire Strikes Back. It kind of like 4 legs, those 4-leg walker guys. So that's what that is. Yeah. But yeah, it's cool. It's really cool.
Now, John, because you would know, the original AT-AT was so much smaller, wasn't it?
Not necessarily.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Because it's like, I can't believe this one's got a fucking snow speeder in the back.
Oh, it's got a snow speeder in the back?
You know what I mean? So a speeder bike snow version.
Speeder, like a speed bike. Yeah. Well, it's about the same size, yeah.
Fucking unbelievable. I can believe that.
What was the package? Was it like the vintage packaging or was it the...
Yeah, the vintage one.
Yeah, that's the Toys R Us one. That's cool.
Yeah, really cool. Huge. Yeah. Man, wow. Mm-hmm. So I don't really know where I'm putting that. I came and get a snow trooper with that. I'm like, okay, where am I putting this? Jesus.
Yeah, that thing's not cheap,
thing's like a small dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's like crazy, So
yeah, cool.
Pretty cool.
You riding it?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
He's doing it doggy style. No.
Yeah, it's crazy
shit.
how much, Star Wars stuff is still out there. Like
It's crazy.
when was the last Star Wars movie that really like came out?
05.
So, we're just getting, like remakes, right?
Well, they have the whole Clone Wars cartoons and, on Cartoon Network. But the thing is, like, yeah, they're still making Star Wars figures from A New Hope in 77, which I think it'd be kind of trippy to have a figure like being like Harrison Ford or Mark Hamill and see a figure of you like 30 years ago still on the shelves today. It'd be kind of weird, a picture of you and stuff.
Yeah.
That's weird. But yeah, they're still very popular.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Those guys don't get any money from that, do they either?
I don't know how it works. I know Sir Alec Guinness when he signed, guy who played Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
He did a contract. He's like, you know what? I don't want like much salary up front, but I want part of the royalties of Star Wars.
Smart.
So up until when he like passed away in the early 90s or whatever, he had a bunch of money from all that. But
wow. Nice.
yeah, I'm sure they get some kind of money for having their pictures.
Yeah,
and
you would
shit.
think,
I don't know. George Lucas created some deals where people got paid outright and he got all their, I think it's something to do with their, like, he owns their likeness.
Yeah, I don't know. They're
Something like
supposed to
that.
make in 2013 or something, 2012 maybe. They're supposed to make a live action Fox TV show, Star Wars.
Like, do you know what? Like, they've been planning that for fucking years. I think we were talking about this when the podcast first began. Like, yeah, that's a long time ago.
A long
I remember,
time ago, or even before starting on YouTube, I think I remember hearing about that.
Yeah,
It's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
So we'll
still
see.
going through, John?
I don't know. I think it's supposed to, but who knows? I know he's coming out with a new movie in January 20th.
What movie?
George Lucas. It's like Red Baron or something like that. I forget what it's called. It's an old school like fighting movie, like fighting pilots and stuff.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got an email, John. I think it was supposed to be sent to you,
Oh, yeah?
but it came to me instead, and it was the people from Pandora. They were saying that they're going to include the new Star Wars TV show you're talking about on the
Okay.
new Pandoras when
Yeah.
they send it to you. So,
I got an update on that too. Shit too.
oh, you do?
Well, kind of. I mean, finally got an email back from her. I emailed her like a month ago, whatever, like 6 weeks ago. Finally got an email back from her like on Monday. And she's like, so sorry for not getting back to you. And I basically asked if it was optional for the extra price and if I can just get one without the Wi-Fi. And she didn't really answer my question. She's like, sorry for the wait. It is extra. If it's not, it's optional if you want to get the Wi-Fi adapter thing. It's like $150 more. And she's like, we plan on shipping our Pandoras out first quarter next year, but who knows? Who knows?
What, so when are you getting this thing? I'm missing this.
That's pretty vague.
Vague. It's vague.
Yeah.
Within the first 4 months, apparently, of next
First
year.
3 months.
That's fucking outrageous.
I thought
man.
going to my GameStop was pretty vague. That's pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Sucks.
Speaking of movies, though, the new Hobbit trailer has been released.
I know, man. Awesome.
It's good, doesn't it? Eh?
Jason, how'd you like
Can't
it?
wait.
Yeah, I'll probably go.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's not a surprise. That's not a surprise.
No, it looks awesome, dude. I can't wait. Now it's gonna be a 2-parter, right? They're cutting
Yep.
2 parts.
Even better. 2 movies. Better than 1.
in
Nice.
3D, which in great.
Is it in 3D? Really? Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Next one I gotta say is, have you guys seen the Prometheus trailer?
Yeah.
No.
What? John, you gotta go check this out. Check that out after this.
Okay.
It's the Alien prequel, and I definitely want
Oh, nice.
all the users to know about it. If they haven't heard about it, is that Ridley Scott, the director of the original Alien, said that this is not a prequel, but it actually, in fact, is. It's part of the same universe. So basically, do you remember, John, like the space jockey in the original ship? Remember that the alien that was in the chair?
Yeah.
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of cool.
I thought James Cameron did Aliens. No.
James Cameron did Aliens. He did the sequel.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And then it went to shit after that, right? It went Alien 3 and 4 were fucking horrible.
Right.
I'll just say that right out the door. But this really looks like a return to the original Alien feel. And what did you think, Pete?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's hard to tell what the hell is going on.
Ah.
I haven't read anything on the story or anything like that, but I thought the trailer definitely got me excited for it.
Now, when is that coming out?
June 2012.
Nice.
I think it's
Nice.
June like 9th. I don't want to do that wrong. I'm going to, honestly, for that movie, I'm actually going to fucking get on a lineup for that shit. I'm not
Nice.
joking. I'm actually gonna. I did it for Avatar. And we waited in line for like 6-7 hours before it began. So, and so that we can rush in and get the best. I want the best seat in the house.
Would you camp overnight?
No, I wouldn't camp overnight for it. But
I'm doing
won't
that for
wait
the
about
Hobbit.
6 hours.
Well, where do you think is the best seat?
Well,
Middle.
the best seat to me. Well, this is okay. Wait a second. Actually, we went to see Avatar in IMAX, so I wanted the best IMAX seat, and it's right in the middle, second row for IMAX, and that way there's nobody in front of you at all. Like what's in front of you is nothing. Is it like a walkway between the next level?
Right.
So it's a beautiful place to sit. But I think if I'm right, Prometheus is just shot in regular 3D. I don't think it's made for IMAX. So, but still, I'm gonna wait in line for that shit.
It sucks that The Hobbit comes out a year from now.
I know. So it's a year away still.
Yeah.
But
That means Jason has some time to still catch up on the other movies.
Yeah,
sick.
I think within a year I may do that. I mean, I think I can do that. If Johnny will get off my fucking ass about it.
Oh, I'm in your ass about it. I'm not on it.
I'm in your ass, kid.
I'm in your ass, talking out.
Nice.
Man, I'm getting so sick and tired of talking about it. I don't know
well,
what
sooner or
much-
later, I'm just gonna hit you with, "Hey, guess what, dickhead? I watched it." And then
I've been waiting for that for 5 months.
Speaking of
hey,
videos,
dickhead, I watched it after 5 months.
Speaking of videos, you guys watched the interview with Johnny's goat and how bitter he was? Did you guys see this?
I did. Yeah, that was
Johnny, why is your goat so bitter?
I don't know, man. What do you watch?
Huh?
I don't know. You want a psychological evaluation? He's pissed. I don't know. He's fucking angry, man. What do you want? Mathematics?
I was just waiting for that guy to get his fucking hand bit off.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, that goat was just so
What
upset.
competition are we on there now, Pete?
Well, I know we haven't updated in a while, especially these last couple of episodes. So let me see here. Let me get on the forum here. But right now, the current battle is the N64 throw-up controller versus sealed copy of Pure Solar.
Winning. Throw up controller, obviously, I bet, right?
Throw-up controller, yeah. It actually started off pretty one-sided, but your Pure Solar started to catch up. So right now, it's 46 N64 controller to 23 copy of Pure Solar. But previously to that, the battle that happened before that was some shit that Pete's in lines for versus Jason's local GameStop. And I won with my line for 71 votes to Jason's 38
Of course.
Domination.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually the most votes anything's gotten thus far, beating out Poutine.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting. But unfortunately, my line is going up against my controller.
Oh, I like it.
The cool thing is now we're starting the next set of rounds. So now after this, it's going to
My
be
dog versus
Or the winners.
John's dog versus the human centipede.
Oh gosh, it's gonna get real crazy
So
here.
better listen into this right now. I think right now the listeners will be able to vote for that battle. So definitely get on the forums and vote. You just got to register and you'll be able to throw in your vote. And then after that comes the whale versus Poutine.
Oh my god,
These are like epic battles, dude.
they really are.
Those are pretty good. I like that.
Wow.
Dynamite ducks versus Gary's cat.
Oh my
Oh
god.
Jesus. I don't know how. I honestly don't know how this is gonna pan out. I don't know what to vote.
So what are we doing for the winner? What's the deal with that? We determined
Nothing. It's just it's for fun.
Nothing.
Winner? What are we gonna do? Like, what if
we
you
gotta
know?
do something for the winner.
Oh,
Okay,
control
I guess we'll
thing.
have to do something. I don't know.
We're gonna
What
take
about like
control at dinner?
I don't know what could we do? I guess if people have ideas, leave us a comment on the
Yeah.
forum or something.
There you go. It's hilarious.
I don't know. Where the
We
heck-
have to have sex with the winner. How about that?
The throw up controller
a dog, a whale,
with
a
poutine.
poutine.
Yeah, I'm in.
God.
I'm in. Don't worry about it. I got it covered.
It's like warm apple pie.
I'd much rather fuck a poutine bowl or something,
Right out of the fucking
than
microwave.
a dog,
Than a
controller,
whale.
goat, or a whale.
Yeah, go to SeaWorld.
Or SeaWorld's pissed. So go vote.
Carrie's cat. You gotta steal a cat.
I'll do the cat.
It's pussy.
No, I'll make that cat explode. Cat be half dead anyways. You know.
Well, it'll be the first pussy you've had in a while, Johnny.
Oh,
Oh.
that's besides your mom, but oh.
Oh god.
Oh yes. Oh.
That was my
That's
mom,
kinda
dude.
how she sounded too.
How did you get a recording of my mom? That's fucked up, dude.
Don't ask.
Jason, do you want to play that again?
I can work wonders with microphones, just so you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. See, that's the magic that I do. You know?
It lasts about 3 seconds, about typical for you.
So I got something funny to tell you guys.
Sure.
A couple of funny things is that it's like a week before Christmas, and me and Kim had planned to go out for dinner because just to do something special, but it's between us, you know, the hecticness of Christmas and all that. So we actually went to a pretty nice restaurant, and something that we never do, and like to go to to get dressed up and go out and all that. So we went down to this place, and I'm not going to say the name of the place because of the reason why, but it's a beautiful man. McDonald's. Yeah, do you know what? I told her she could supersize it.
Nice.
Give me a couple McDoubles.
I'm like, hey, you know what? You treat yourself a little tonight.
Spoil
Okay,
yourself.
get a milkshake. Get a milkshake. I'll get you a spoon. So we get dressed up and we go over there. We catch a taxi over there and we get in. Beautiful place, like it's just so nice and decorated for Christmas, all that. And so the waiter comes over and takes us to our table, and I do something because I don't drink wine, but once in a while, like maybe once a year, I'll drink a bottle of wine, for dinner with the person I'm with. So I order a bottle of wine, and so we're sitting there. It's just a beautiful place. I'm wearing like a shirt and tie, like are really done up, and it's really beautiful. And then all of a sudden, our waiter takes off, and then all of a sudden, the manager comes over. The manager comes over to our table, and he's holding the bottle of wine. And I'm sitting there and he's just kind of like standing next to our table, just kind of staring at us. And I'm like, I kind of look up and I don't want to say, hey bud, what's going on? But I'm like, huh? And he's like, and he goes, he points him and he's like, you have a YouTube show, don't you? And I'm like, man. Yeah, I do. He goes, I've been subscribed to you for so long, man. He's like, I'm a total gamer as well. And I'm like, damn, that's cool. And Kim's like, oh no, not again, because we're going out, like
You kind of just want to get away, right?
Yeah, just want to talk about video games. It's like, yeah, supposed to be our moment. But it was the funniest thing, and I was just so tripped out. And he says to me, he's like, yeah, he goes, our waiter, the waiter, your waiter Tom over there, he goes, he's a huge gamer as well. I'm like, cool. Like, so it was so funny. This was what was funny, and this is actually has a little story about it as well. Is that it was incredible to get recognized in some random restaurant. That was like absolutely crazy. But what was really funny about it is that all night, all that's around us is like older people, like, that probably have like tons of money and they eat at this restaurant every week. You know what I mean? Where for us, it's like once in a year thing. And our waiter and the manager have to go up to all these tables and they have to be very polite and say, sir, can I, what do you need? Yes, you need this. Well, okay, very well. And very prim and proper, where it was funny. They were always dying to come back to our table so they could just geek out and talk about video games. So the manager just kept coming back over and over. And he's like, and then the one guy, we started getting into this huge RPG, not debate, but talking about RPGs. And he thought you were still playing Oblivion. I'm like, what, are you playing Oblivion? Welcome to like 4 years ago. What's going on with that? And so we're having all these funny conversations, and then we're talking about Shining Force, and then we're talking about Earthbound. And I'm telling you this much, it was a fucking excellent evening out. And here's the funny thing. I got the greatest service after that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we got free appetizers, and we're talking like, these are nice appetizers. I'm
Nice.
Like, fucking, he's like, oh yeah, that's just on us. It's all good. And it's like, it was a fucking fantastic evening out, and
That's great, man.
It's actually my birthday in like 2 weeks, and Kim's going to take me back there because we had such a good time there. So, I'm going to ask for that manager and that waiter especially again. So it's kind of cool to be able to just sit and talk about games in such a nice place. It was really, really a lot of fun. But
so was it the waiter that alerted his manager? He's like, "Hey, happy console gamers." No.
What happened is they were like, it looked like they were fixing a table up beside us. And what he said to me, he said, when he came up to me, he said, yeah, he goes, I heard your voice. And he's like, I know that voice. And I was like, that's so trippy. Like, and I said to Kim, I said, it's weird. Like, because don't you agree, guys, is that like you see YouTube shows that have, we've talked about it, like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, you know what I mean? Like, and, like my show right now is at like 37,000 subscribers. Pete's at 60 plus and John's at 30 plus, and, like Jason's at like 10, right? So somewhere like that.
Yeah.
It's like, I would class, and I'm not saying anything, but I've always classed the shows as kind of very small. I kind of thought that they are, but in a way, they're not. If I go to some random fucking restaurant and the manager knows who I am, that's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I had a weird moment. I'm like, these shows I guess are a lot bigger than sometimes what we think. To me, I just like put a video up and some response, and it kind of surprised me how there's a lot of people who actually watch the show. It's fucked up. What do you guys thoughts?
It's a small world for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a trippy. It's kind of very humbling when someone comes up to you. That was cool.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
I just think that's so funny though. That you'd be in a high class restaurant and the guy's like talking about Shining Force with you. That's funny.
It was fucking excellent, man. It was. Oh, we were talking about Earthbound, and I wanted to test out how hardcore he was. And there's a sword in Earthbound that randomly drops. It's like, I think, please, for anybody in the forums, don't kill me. I think something that's like a 1 in 60 chance of this special sword dropping, and you have to keep fighting the same battle over and over for it to drop if you really want to get it. And I said to the guy, so I tested him. I said, you ever get that special sword? Because I've never done it personally. I got to admit. I said, have you ever got that special sword? He's like, oh yeah. He goes, I fought that fucking, what I think it was a boss or whatever, like so many times. He goes, I finally got it. I'm like, wow, okay, you know what you're talking about, Al. He gained geek points, but it was like we had this, and this is what I want to say, we had this secret language of games at that point. And I don't want to say the secret language of geek because I fucking hate that term. Geek is a term that somebody else created to put somebody down with. And I don't think talking about science fiction or video games or anything is geeky. I think it's just a cool thing to talk about, right? But it's not what the older people were talking about there. So that's why we're having our secret little inner conversations there.
How did Kim feel about you guys talking about games?
Oh, she loved it. She thought it was amazing. I think it kind of made her evening. It's like, it's like, I'm not being funny. It's like, I felt like it's so funny to be recognized. It was so humbling, as you said, John. It's like, I felt it was so good. It's like, oh, that's so cool. Like, and it's nice to be recognized for something that you love. It's nice to be recognized. It's like, if I was a baby murderer, then, I wouldn't want to be recognized. You know what I mean? But getting recognized for you having a love of games is a fucking excellent thing. Let's be honest here. That's an awesome thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Baby murdering, not so much. Type of thing. Oh, here's another one. Sorry, these stories kind of blow my mind every time. So this, I think actually you guys have met him. His name is Brian Milne. He's one of the main guys in my movie, and he's a good friend of mine. He's a really nice guy, and he had a cousin come over to his family dinner last night, and they happened to be talking about video games. Like, get this. He's got a younger cousin, I think about 11 or 12 years old. And they started talking, and this guy said, oh, yeah, I listened to this podcast called The All Gen Gamers.
No way.
I'm not shitting you. I've written all of this down. I got my text. This is all legit. Because I got the text last night saying, oh, my God, my younger cousin's over here, and he listens to The All Gen Gamers. I'm like, holy shit. And then, again, this embarrasses me, but I guess he said his cousin didn't believe that Brian knew me. He's like, you don't know Johnny Millennium, do you? And the thing is, like, me and Brian are such good friends. We hang out, we saw the movie together, all that. I said, tell him you're in the fucking movie. I'm like texting him back, type of thing. But I was like, again, so guys, that's what I'm saying. It's like, holy shit. Like what Jason said, what a small fucking world.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's funny. He's going to be listening to this and be like, wow, he wasn't lying.
Sorry, I hope I got your age right. I'll get all the details.
He's going to get on the forums. I'm 15, you fucking asshole. That's what's going to happen. You know it.
I can take it at that point. I can take that kind of heat. That's fun.
Cool.
That was all through text. I got that last night. I was like, that's just crazy.
That's crazy. That's cool, though.
So,
that's cool.
Very, very, very cool little things to
You
have
mean
going.
there's people actually listen to us, Johnny? I thought we just did this for fun.
Yeah.
Well, we don't see. Well, honestly, we don't. I think we've tried to get the real numbers. We don't know how many people listen to the podcast.
People listen to
it's hard to tell. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Pete, how many people do you think? What do you
More
have
than
an
one,
idea?
less than a million.
There you go.
I don't know. It's hard to judge it exactly because the Feedburner thing I use doesn't give like accurate numbers. I just go by the downloads of podcasts, and it just adds up over time. So there's no like concrete number to say, oh, we have exactly this many people that listen.
Yeah.
And we get no feedback on how many people subscribe on iTunes. There's no feedback with that.
Although we do appreciate you guys leaving comments and rating us. That's awesome.
Yeah, that does
I
help.
checked that every once in a while.
Rate is good,
great.
you know, not rate
Yeah.
is bad. Rating good is good.
Rating good.
Yeah, ratings good and comments are good, you know.
Yeah.
And you kind of look at that and a lot of people interested in that, so that's good.
It's cool.
Well, I guess some other all gen gamers news. We have a few things we need to go over, I think.
Then we'll get into games because this is a gaming podcast.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Is it?
I thought it was about goats and whales and barnyard.
Well, you know what? I think that's kind of fucked up at Johnny's Goat. That was so bitter.
People don't know. If people don't know what video he's referring to, just go to our Facebook page, the All Gen Gamers Facebook page. I think they posted it as a link there, and you'll see Johnny's Goat gets interviewed.
Yeah, it's in YouTube. It says, what is the video?
Yeah,
it's private on
I
YouTube.
I stand by that goat's comments, okay? Stand by the comments. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, you know? Pretty much.
So a couple things. First of all, did I mention the video that I'm putting together for us?
No.
The
I don't
best.
think you've mentioned it on the podcast.
Video
yet.
or audio? What is it?
Well, yeah, I don't think I have. Okay. So I got a spur of the moment idea a couple weeks ago. I wanted to put together a video for us to put up on our All Gen Gamers YouTube page. That's going to be best of moments, the All Gen Gamers podcast for 2011. And I wanted just to go through and put some of the most funniest moments that have happened the last year. And I don't know how long it will be. However, maybe it will be a full-length podcast length. Who knows? But I wanted to put together some of the funniest moments. So, you know, I've got some stuff that I've written down. I've posted in our forums. There's a link in there, or a topic rather in there, of what to post. But basically, I would like help is what I'm asking for. I would like people to go out and listen to it. Or if you have some moments that are funny that stand out, you know, I've got like throw up controller, you know, Mortal Farm Bat, you know, a GameStop rant. We got John's bar to bar.
Get the orgy clips.
We got the orgy clips, you know, get your whale on. So we've got some funny stuff or some memorable stuff that's happened. But here's the thing, like, I don't have time to go through and listen to every episode and find the exact times. It's just, there's too much going on. So if any of you want to help me, that would be fantastic. Because it will be, I mean, it could be a whole episode in itself, just a funny moments. It could be a really good laugh. So,
Or it could be 2 minutes.
Or it could be 2 minutes, you know.
Well, here's what you do: pick a random episode that you don't recall too well, a random episode or two, and just listen to it. And then while you're listening, if you hear something funny, just jot the exact time down that it happens, and then just send it Jason's way, and who knows, it might make it into the episode.
Yeah, exactly. And really the best way to do this is exactly, Pete, as you said, but go into our forums. I have a topic in there and just post it in there. If we can keep all of it in one place, that's easier for me, you know, to you know, instead of going to Twitter or Facebook, or you post it on All Gen Gamers Facebook, like it could be all over the place. So just go to our forums and post it in the topic that I have here. It's
And how did we get to our forums, Jason?
AGG Best of Funniest Moments 2011 is in there. And to get to our forums, all you need to do is go to Pete'sGameRoomForum.com, and there will be a link there to go into the All Gen or YouTube page, right? The YouTube section. And then within there, you can go to the All Gen Gamers section. Or just go to our freaking website,
There you go.
allgengamers.com. And that's the best. I'm just trying to help out everybody.
And there's a forum.
But please don't forget to leave exact times. Don't tell Jason just an episode number and approximate. Leave him an exact time.
Yeah, because it's not going to... Basically, I didn't want to, you know, be blunt about it. But if you don't give me an exact time, it's not happening. Unless it's like a super, super funny part. But if it is, I probably already have it typically. So... But please, exact numbers would be great.
Awesome. Looking forward to that, man.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Going to be good. And then I guess the second thing is, do we want to talk about our shirts?
Yeah, we're coming out with All Gen Gamers shirts.
Yeah, All Gen Gamers t-shirts.
We have...
And
go ahead.
Go for it. Go for it.
I said we have a design picked out, which I think it'll turn out awesome.
Yeah.
We'll keep it secret for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks fantastic.
Should we tell them who's done the design?
It's sure.
I don't think that would hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, we design's nearly finalized. We're really excited about it. It is done by the amazing Hanzo, so we want to thank him for all his hard work. And we've been going back and forth. We've actually been working on this for a while, and we decided to mention that because we're actually at that point now. We're like, yeah, maybe we should mention it because the design's nearly there, and it's pretty cool. And I don't know when we'll decide to release the design and all the details on that, but I think we just wanted to mention that we're working on shirts for sure.
Yeah.
So put a plug in your ear, and you know, at this point, we don't know if it's going to be limited edition or if it's going to be, ongoing thing, but just let you guys know that we've had a lot of people request t-shirts and kind of started the whole thing. And
we wanted to do one too. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. And
Yeah.
you know, so hopefully soon here in the next, coming months or so, we can say, hey, it's available and it's ready to go and we can roll with it. But
we're
I
gonna make
can't wait to
them,
wear that fucking thing. That'd be
we're
awesome.
gonna make them pink,
Yeah.
hot pink, like neon pink,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
maybe a pink plaid. That'd be awesome.
Fuck.
That'd be sweet.
George
dude.
Lucas edition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Misa.
Buy our drinks.
So yeah, that's about it. That's about
Cool.
all I got for that. But good stuff there.
Awesome.
So why don't let's see. Pete, I just think you're over there just so antsy to tell us what you got.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you're over there like, can I please tell everyone what I
Let me
got?
get my comfortable pants on.
Well, I'm not going to go through everything. I'll just go, mention a main thing or two.
All right.
But yeah, the system I got, and I was infuriating some people posting teaser pictures on Facebook.
Oh, I saw that.
They were getting so pissed at they just couldn't believe that I was taking these obscure pictures of my Christmas gift and hinting at it.
I think
on
it's
Facebook.
hilarious. You're pissing everyone off.
Taking a picture of a piece of plastic, and believe it or not, somebody almost guessed exactly what it was. I took a picture of a fucking piece of plastic and posted it on Facebook, and they knew what it was.
Yeah.
And the only person that guessed exactly right was actually Splatter Trigger. So shout out to Splatter Trigger.
Oh, nice.
But for Christmas, yeah, go ahead.
I don't think it's this, but here's my guess. I thought it was the PC Engine FX, and I don't think it is.
The FX, you talk about the PC, yeah, PC FX. That thing though, it's loaded with nothing but like anime games, like full motion video games. So that's more of like a collector's system in my opinion. But what I got is a system I'm so excited to have. It is the PC Engine Duo RX.
Nice.
So what this allows me to do, this is like if you're going to get a PC Engine, the one to get is the Duo R or the Duo RX.
Yeah.
Because these ones, you don't have to worry about system cards for compatibility. You don't have to, it's a lot more of a reliable,
It's like the Turbo
well-built
Duo,
system.
right?
It's like the Turbo Duo, but it has the ability to play US and import CD games, and it'll play PC Engine HuCard. It won't play American HuCard games, though, but that's what a TurboGrafx is for. But it's also more well-built. I've heard that US Turbo Duos have a lot of problems with sound and just breaking down and stuff, so I'm like, screw that. And plus, you got to get like system cards, or I forget exactly what they're called, but you have to buy these cards to play certain games. And I'm like, you know what? Not even worth it. So I'll just go with the PC Engine Duo R. It doesn't matter if you get the R or the RX. The only difference was that the RX came packaged in the box with a 6-button controller, which I didn't even get with mine. So, but anyway, I got a few games for it, which I'm actually going to save that until I get into games I've been playing recently. But I got a few games with it. Other than that, all I really got for Christmas, I did 2 Secret Santa events this year. I did one, which I hold on my forum every year. We get a decent turnout. It's only for people that have a certain amount of posts, or if you've participated in the past. But if you're not familiar with Secret Santa, it's sort of like just a random gift exchange where you get paired with one person and another person gets paired with you, and you just send gifts to one another. And you don't know who it is or what it is until Christmas. So I got some games from that from Mother Wii, and he got me some cool Sonic games. Earth Defense Force for the Super Nintendo, which I've wanted
Nice,
for a
that's
while.
a good one.
Yeah, and some Final Fantasy VIII figures. And he knows me well because he got me 11 virtual booster packs for Pokemon Trading Card Game Online as well.
Nice.
Nice.
So, and then I also did Secret Santa on the digital press forms, which I got. I don't know if I doubt he listens to the show, but Jake Calder 8. This guy got me a Sonic game that it's actually my most wanted Sonic game that I don't own right now, and that's Sonic 3D Blast for the Sega Saturn. So he actually went out of his way and bought that on eBay for me. He let me know, so that was pretty awesome. As well as some TurboGrafx shoot 'em ups. He got me Sinistron and Blazing Lasers as well. So 2 shooters I didn't have. And other than that, I did all my Christmas shopping myself, so I knew it's kind of. it's kind of fun to be able to do your own Christmas shopping, but then on Christmas morning, it's like, you know, every fucking thing you're getting. So that's why I really look forward to Secret Santa, because that's my only surprises for the year. But I picked out all my games. I got some Atari Jaguar games. I got a lot of Super Nintendo games, actually. And Johnny, the two that you'll probably be most excited for are, I picked up finally a complete copy of, and here's the funny thing, actually, that goes along with this. The guy I bought them from, it was his first time selling on eBay, and the guy I bought them from recognized me on eBay. He's like, "Do you have a YouTube show?" I'm like,
Jesus.
Yes. Because I know I couldn't lie.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
You know, he'd see me mention them in my videos, so he's like, "Oh, that's cool." You know, my first time selling on eBay. So shout out to the guy I bought these from on eBay. But I picked up a complete copy of Lufia 2 and Secret of Evermore. The other games.
Secret of Evermore.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the
Sorry, Secret of Evermore was always a joke to us back then because Secret Mana was so good, and it's like, then Secret of Evermore came out, and I was just like, yes, another anime. No, it's not an anime RPG. I was like, action RPG. I was disappointed with Evermore back in the day. But my friend loved it. Loved it. Yeah,
I've never played it, so I'm looking forward to eventually. Not anytime now, because I'll tell you, I got tons of other shit to play. But it was I got a good deal on it, so got that. Also, just in the mail today, I got some really cool games that I've been waiting for a while now. Let me just say, I'm not even going to mention the website I got these from because this guy kind of pissed me off. But it's a reproduction website that sells games, and I put my order in on November 14th, and I've emailed him a couple of times, and supposedly he ships the games out a month after the order's placed. So,
Pure Solar.
I placed them on November 14th, and I'm like, okay, I should have these for Christmas. No, that didn't happen. I emailed this guy once, and I'm like, oh, you know, if I placed my order on the 14th, will these be there in time for Christmas? He's like, yes, they will. So I'm like, okay. I emailed him again. I'm like, well, I get a lot of packages around Christmas time. What name should I be looking out for? So he told me the name I should look out for on the package. Okay, good enough. You would think by now that this guy would have maybe checked on my order, because I asked him to check on my order just to make sure it went through and everything.
I know the website. Pandora.
Yeah.
Is that it?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to give him credit because this guy, he wasn't very friendly. You know, I'd always write him friendly messages. I'm like, oh, enjoy your holiday. Have a good Christmas. You know, I plan on getting some more games from you in the future. He'd never write anything friendly back. He always gave me like a half-ass answer. So I email him on the 23rd because I'm like, oh, you know, I still haven't gotten your package yet. It seems like sadly it won't be here in time for Christmas. And then he writes me back. He's like, oh, sorry for the delay. I'll send them out tomorrow or whatever. I'm like, oh, fuck, you know? So they finally got here today. Stop! It's just the whole idea of like, if you run your own independent website and you feed, and you know, these things were not cheap. I spent, you know, a good chunk of change. I spent like $140 with this guy for 3 games. And he makes a ton of profit off of this shit, I'll tell you that. So, you know, he should treat the people that are buying these games from him a little bit more friendly and
professional.
You know, he got back to me really fast, but his emails were never very customer friendly, I guess you can say. But needless to say, the games I got were Treasure of the Rudras, which, Johnny, I told you about this game before. It's a Squaresoft RPG.
Yeah, that's right. I
think it was the final, I could be wrong, but I think it was the final Squaresoft game to be released on the Super Nintendo, but it only came out in Japan. So I have a translated ROM on a Kart, which is, it's awesome. It's a reproduction, so it looks like it came out in the US, just like my Terra Enigma reproduction. And then the other game I got was Treasure Hunter G, which is from the same developers as, I think it's Sting are the developers, where they did like Riviera and Jigs Reunion and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed those games. So I picked that up. I also got that game. Remember when we had the Happy Video Game Nerd on and he talked about Sweet Home? So I also picked up a copy of Sweet Home on the NES.
Nice.
So I got other games, but I'll get into those when we get into games we've been playing. So for now, I'll pass it off to Jason.
Oh, boy. Well, first and foremost, John's been eyeing one of my presents here.
I know. I almost didn't know him, dude.
I know. I had to take them away because I'm going to open them up. I don't want to be, you know, the Andes, you know, creme de la creme mint cookies. So let me just crack that open for us. You know, I didn't have time to spend, you know, with my family and all that. So my mom sent me God, when they made these easier to open. Shit. She sent me a package in the mail. She sent me oh, John.
Oh, those look bomb, dude.
Yeah. Here you go. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So she sent me a package and I got some really cool stuff. You know, she sent me like a little LED flashlight. You know, we can always use those. Looking behind computers and stuff and consoles and all that. She sent me a Nerf gun. I love that.
Nice.
Love the Nerf gun. Has little
That's awesome.
bullets. They whistle too when they shoot. Sweet. You know, she sent me some, cup noodles and all sorts of crap. And she sent me some Peeps as a joke. I should just give them to you.
Where are they at, man? Hook them up.
Dude. Check this out. And she
Christmas
wrote,
peeps?
they're Halloween Peeps. Here you go.
Expired.
And they said, this is a joke. Look what she wrote on there. What does it
This
say?
is a joke.
Yeah. I don't know if they're expired, but bon appetit, man.
Best by February 20th, 2012. Again.
Oh, you're good. All
Thanks,
right.
brother.
Yeah. So Merry Christmas to that. All right. So that's about, she got me some other stuff, but I got to move on from that. Pete, man, I'm telling you, I feel really bad, first of all, because, I want to try to get everyone a little something this year, And so, I got Pete something that, he didn't mention. That's fine. Fuck him.
Because I didn't know if you were going to, I didn't want you to mention, I wasn't sure if I should say if you were going to mention my stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll play it down low. See what Jason
I'm embarrassed. So you may not want to mention it because Pete got me some really cool stuff. He got me a Duke Nukem figure and he got me the official Duke Nukem Forever strategy guide, factory sealed, which will probably remain that way because I do have one that's open.
That's what I figured.
Yeah,
so.
Very cool. What else did he give me in here? I mean, he sent me some cool stuff. He sent me a little Mario plushie, and he sent me some cool Donkey Kong Country stickers, which I love. Some old school stickers. This is an official product too from 1996, man. Very cool. And then some Battlefield 3 dog tags. So Pete, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
And next, I'm going to give John his present because John got me a present and I didn't give you a present yet.
Oh, wow.
So I was at Bookman's.
Dude,
and
these peeps are playing out, dude.
He's munching the Peeps. He's going to town on them right now. Look at this guy. I got you something.
Oh, dude, nice.
It's not much, but
It's a Tiger handheld Karate King. Nice, dude.
Little Tiger handheld. So a little Bookman's gem there for you there, buddy.
Thank you.
And I put batteries in it so you can play it anytime.
Oh, sweet.
But I'll mention Jason got me, which I do
Thank you.
appreciate because he actually managed to get me a piece of Sonic merchandise that I do not own.
Whoa, heyo.
Which is the, and I've thought about picking one of these up, but I just always forget to. That's the Sonic the Hedgehog energy drinks that come in the can that has Sonic on it running on there. Pretty cool. So that is going to remain sealed. I'm not going to try it out.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
imagine it's very fruity and berry-like, but
I hoped you keep it sealed. I figured you would.
I would. Yeah, I still got my sealed spaghetti of Sonic the Hedgehog and shit, so
Nice.
I'm keeping this sealed.
Nice. So, other than that, Johnny, did you get yours?
Nothing yet. No, because you sent it to my PO box, right?
Yeah, I did.
It probably might take a little bit of time.
Okay.
But I want to thank you ahead of time.
Canada Post is really slow.
Yeah, it must be. God,
That's
I sent, a couple weeks at least.
Have a look.
So anyway, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get on to my list. I have a list here of, man, let me just tell you, just when you think the world's gone to shit, and everything sucks, you've got people out there that just really show support. Johnny, you talked about people at your restaurant. Pete, you're running into people. It's really nice and really humbling. Only thing I've got really is like a free meal at Taco Bell once, but I did get some people giving me some gifting me games on Steam this year. So this is the first year I've really people really nice coming out of the woodwork and giving me some games. So I had to make a list. It was crazy. I mean, who does that? It's just so great. And all these people were just supportive of the show and said thanks for all your hard work and all that you do, and we appreciate it. And they thank all of us. So I'll start out with Seppa69 from Germany. So big shout out to him there. He gave me the Humble Bumble 4-pack, which has like 4 or 5 different games in it. Real cool.
There's more now. Wait, Humble Bumble? Are you talking about the Humble Indie Bundle?
Yeah, that.
The Humble Indie Bundle? Jason, you got to get on there and, oh shit, I think that ends like already. It might have ended already, but they give you a ton of games. It's more than just 5 now, and they give you all the soundtracks because they add stuff onto it as time goes on.
It's just crazy. Yeah, I was like looking at it, and there's just all these different bundles of games. And so he got me this one. This is the bundle 4 or whatever. So very cool. All the different games that are in there. I haven't even installed them yet. I haven't gotten around to that yet, but definitely cool. Want to give a shout out to Steven. He hooked me up with 2 Worlds 2 on Steam. Very cool there.
That's kind of a hint to get you into the mood for Skyrim, because I'm telling you, 2 Worlds 2 is actually a pretty decent game.
I remember you talking about it quite some time ago. I remember you talking about when you picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then my homie Chris, Dust Loop, he got me Brink, which is cool. Very cool. A game that I wanted to get when it came out, but you know what I mean? There's some games where I just cannot see spending $60 when I know in a month or two it's going to be $5.
That game was literally, and Jason's not even kidding, in a month or two, that game was like $5.
Yeah, it was $5. And, I mean, he totally got it for me. It's very nice. But again, like $60 or in a month or two, $9.99. You know what I mean? And then Steam has a fucking autumn sale. Then now they're doing their holiday sales right now. It's just ridiculous. Hide your kids, hide your wallet, hide your wife. They're fucking everything in here, So you got to watch this stuff. Okay, Jeff Caldwell, he hooked me up with Jamestown. It's an indie shoot 'em up. Pete, have you even seen this game?
Man, see, I bought that game when I went to PAX Prime in their indie room. I played that game there, and I thought it was amazing. So I bought it there. I bought like the redemption code for it, and I never got around to installing it. But I have played it, and yes, it is awesome.
Yeah, it looks incredible. It was one of those things where I was like, holy shit, what is this shoot 'em up on Steam? I was like, I got to get this, So I put it on the wish list. And
Nice.
Very cool. So, Jeff, thanks for that, buddy. Appreciate it. My homie Bido Empire, Tito, Mr. Cheddar Burger himself. I call him Cheddar Burger because we eat those Wendy's Cheddar Burgers together when we play sometimes. He hooked me up with Hard Reset. Very happy about that. That's a really cool single player indie shooter. And he also got me Borderlands. So yay. Nice. So that's cool. I didn't pick up Borderlands. I was so butthurt over playing with you guys on 360 that I never picked it up. So it's cool to have it. Thanks, Tito. Appreciate it, buddy. Megalomaniac, he got me the original Mass Effect. Very cool there. Another one that I've been wanting. And then this guy here, Schlong Johnson, real name. He hooked me up with Rainbow Six 3 Gold Edition. Now, this is old school Rainbow Six 3. Very cool. I have to run this on my XP machine only, as that's the only thing it's supported, but very cool. Schlong Johnson, that's his name. Okay, and then Phantom Jest. I've been playing lots of games actually with her recently. She hooked me up with Demolition Inc. And I love Burnout, like Burnout 2, the destruction mode. You guys ever play that? We just go and crash into the most chaos you can make.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Man, lost so many.
Yeah, what was it? Burnout. What is it? Revenge on 360. I played that one.
So I'm kind of have a sweet spot for games of that nature, and this one looks kind of like that. So she got me that, and she also got me Borderlands Game of the Year edition with all the DLC on it. So pretty cool there. Really appreciate that. Phantom Jest, appreciate that. Been playing actually a lot of Left 4 Dead with her recently. Good times. And then Sir Apex of the Ultima, he got me Oddworld, Munchie's Odyssey. He gifted that to me today, and that's it.
Wow, you got hooked up.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's just so nice. And all these people, every one of them wrote to me and said, I want to get you this game. I appreciate everything you do, and I would like to play these games with you. And that's the beauty of it. It's like they can get me a game, and we can play it either co-op or multiplayer. I mean, that's just great. Playing games, and that's why I love Steam, and that's why I'm so open on my Steam, is that I want to play games with people, get involved in that sort of thing. So just really nice. You guys have all been wonderful, and it's going to definitely keep me busy.
Cool.
So
people are just so generous, man. It's awesome.
Yep. And that's about all I've got really for gifts and stuff like that. I can't wait for you to get yours, Johnny. It's not much, it's something small, but
well, thank you. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I've sent
you'll laugh when you open it. You'll laugh. You'll know.
Extra small condom or something for him.
Yeah, Sonic gold ring condoms.
I gifted you the best gift of all. The gift of love and eternal peace for the planet and stuff.
I appreciate that.
Well, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Doesn't do shit, you dick, but I appreciate it.
Well, Jason, I appreciate this
I'm just
Tiger
kidding.
handheld. This is cool. Came out in 1988. This is one of the earlier ones.
Yeah.
Karate King.
I
And
see
it's
the
interesting.
cross marketing, like Karate Kid, or
Right.
King, you know,
King,
they're,
yeah, it came out during the movie.
they're trying to.
The directional pad is on the right thumb, which is interesting. It's backwards.
Mhm.
You have your punch and kick on your left. So watch for a review on this on my Nostalgiaholic
Oh,
channel
awesome.
soon.
That'd be awesome.
For sure. So also big thank you to Pete. He sent me a package. I appreciate that, Pete. Came
problem.
Christmas Eve, I think, or the 23rd. But he sent me a Yoda stocking, which is cool, like a big
Oh,
Yoda.
awesome.
I'm trying to remember because I don't have it in front of me. But he also sent me Donkey Kong Sucker. And it's funny because he said no. He's like, "Don't eat this. This is like 15 years old or something like that." So, but it's
I
cool.
think,
It's a
Jason,
really
didn't
cool.
I send you one of those too, Jason? I think like a Mario one or something. I forget.
What?
Oh, he ate it.
What? I mean it now. What are you talking about?
I
It's 15
I
years
forget if I
old?
sent you. It was like a Mario's candy or something like
I'm going to
that.
have to go
I
induce vomiting. This is bullshit.
And he sent me also. He sent me two Engage games, which is cool, and both of them were unopened. Pete, can you just mention real quick because I don't have them in front of me? I need to.
Yeah,
Remember.
Puyo for the N-Gage, but the
Mhm.
one that I think you should really play the most, I think it's one of the best games on N-Gage, but that's Path to Glory. It's
Yeah.
like a top-down, turn-based army strategy game. It's actually really good.
Cool.
So,
Well, I
if
appreciate
anything,
that, man.
people that, because people have the N-Gage, and I watched your video, you have some decent games on there, but there's not a lot of games on the N-Gage that
Mhm.
like have a real lasting replay value to them. And I
If
think
Elder
this is
Scrolls?
one of them. That's good too. Yeah, it's a little clunky, a little hard to play, but that it's pretty decent.
Yeah, Call of Duty and stuff. It's kind of weird how many different games they have for the system.
There's
But
a lot.
There's so people don't realize how many like big name franchises are on the N-Gage.
Mhm. I know
Yeah.
Duke's on that too, I think. Isn't it?
Rayman, Super Monkey Ball. Well, everybody knows Tomb Raider's on there. But
Yeah.
yeah, you got an Elder Scrolls game on there with
Tony
Shadow
Hawk.
Key.
Oh,
Tony
yeah,
Hawk, yeah.
yeah.
yeah, so they had some good. But yeah, I appreciate that, Pete. Thank you for saying that. And what else? Did you say anything else?
I sent an N-Television game. I
Yeah,
forget
that's right. Box and
what.
television game. Yeah.
Oh, and a Star Wars. Did you have that Mighty Mugs figure already?
No, I didn't. The Mighty Mugs. Yeah.
Okay.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it, man.
so
Yeah, those are
the-
cool. The Mighty Mugs. I appreciate that, Pete. Thank you.
No problem.
So
See, that's what it's all about right there.
Mhm.
You know, just feels good.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Also for Christmas, I picked up or I got for Christmas. We got kind of a gift to myself for my wife, but I got a Rocksmith game.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool. Do you know about this game? You guys know about this game, right?
Yeah, I was gonna pick it up, but then I'm like,
I have an
I
electric.
heard that it doesn't. I don't know how to play the guitar worth a shit. So
Right. I don't
I heard
either.
it doesn't really teach you.
No, so here's the deal. Okay, so I was trying to learn guitar like a year and a half ago, and I picked up electric guitar, and I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna learn guitar, and I bought a whole bunch of like learning things, and it just didn't interest me because it didn't capture my attention. But this thing actually is pretty cool, and it works really well in learning guitar. Right now, I'm like, you start off as like apprentice or not apprentice by like what's it called? Like just pretty like a rookie, right? And I'm like halfway through that stage. Okay. So it's pretty hard. It's not easy. It's like if you think it's nothing like Rock Band or Guitar Hero. I mean, you have to like actually it's playing like the real guitar. But the only thing it doesn't really do is it doesn't show you the notes of the guitar, like how to read music. That's my biggest beef about this game. It doesn't show you how to read music. It shows you how to play guitar, but it doesn't show you how to read the music. So, but it comes with some really cool games. There's a whole bunch of mini games in it too. So you have like there's one I've been playing. It's called Ducks, and there's a whole bunch of ducks that are flying out, and Dynamite Ducks actually I think.
I
It's
was
called.
supposed to say, is there any dynamite in there?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of dynamite. No, so you're supposed to strum the string and the note into like to hit the duck, and you get points that way and stuff. So it's pretty cool. And the music is really cool, and I do like the graphics actually work pretty well. I think Ubisoft did a really good job with this game. So definitely recommend. I only picked it up because I already had an electric guitar. I know there's like a bundle for it, like it's like $200 something, like ridiculous amount. But just with the game itself, it's still like $79 or $89. It's still more expensive than your typical game because it comes with the cord. It basically plugs into the USB on the 360.
Is that what it is? Is it a USB out of the guitar?
Yeah,
Into...
so you actually hear yourself playing through the TV.
Oh, okay.
Which is cool. And it actually tunes, you have to tune the guitar
Mhm.
before you play every song.
Mhm.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a cool, I mean, as a musician like yourself, Jason, I think you'd really enjoy the game.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds cool.
Yeah. So it is cool. And the crowd scenes actually look a lot better graphically than like the other like music genre games.
Hmm.
So, but it's definitely a niche game, right? It's geared for those people who want to learn guitar. It's not like for kids who just think Rock Band's cool and they want to just play that. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely a more serious game.
It's a more serious game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny because I went to GameStop initially to pick it up and they had no idea. Like I was talking to the employee. I'm like, can I get Rocksmith? He's like, hold on, let me see if we have it. Because I didn't see it out on the shelf. He's like, oh, we discontinued that game. It's like, I'm like, no, not Rock Band. I want Rocksmith. It's like, okay, hold on. And he's like, oh, no. I'm like, no, let me talk to the manager. I know you guys, it came out like a week ago. I know you guys have it, you know. I know it's not like, he's like, oh yeah, we're selling that back for a penny or something like that. I'm like, no, that's not really. So they end up having it. It was way in the back. So I think it's one of those games that are kind of obscure.
Yeah.
That like not people really know about. But it's a lot of fun. I've been putting a lot of time into that. But I guess I'll go over more games that I've been playing lately later on. But it's a good one. Pete, you should definitely check it out.
I will.
Because I like you, man. I'm terrible with guitar, but I was actually playing a little bit yesterday. I was playing some Nirvana, and it sounded pretty decent. And then what's really cool about it is when you play it, like say you play the song, it actually plays it back for you too. So like with you playing it with the actual like guitar and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Cool.
Yeah.
One other cookie?
No, I'm sweetened out, man. Thank you though.
All right.
Sugar overload. Appreciate that.
Throwing Peeps and
I don't know this guy.
creme mint cookies down his throat.
So Johnny, what kind of games did you get for Christmas?
Are we talking? I'm confused here because you said I'm going to talk about games. Are
we talking about games we've been playing recently? Is that the deal?
No. Games we got for Christmas.
Right.
Stuff.
What the fuck did I don't think I got any games for Christmas. Honestly, I actually don't think like presents from anybody. I'll talk about a couple of things I got for Christmas that are not kind of related to that. I got the Pathfinder Beginner box set for anybody who wants to learn how to play the Pathfinder game. It's a pen and paper RPG. I know, pretty medieval, no pun intended, to most of our audience out there that only play video games. But for anybody who plays D&D and you kind of want to see what Pathfinder's like, I think this is a great introduction. Even I am learning quite a little bit about it. So I just been reading the books over Christmas time. Very light reading. It's very easy. So if you've never played a pen or paper RPG, it's not a bad way to go. Everything is in the box to be able to play. So, and it's not an expensive thing. I asked my mom for that. Oh, and yeah, there you go, John. I got my my Mask box set for Christmas, which was pretty cool. And,
nice.
And also got my Gem box set. And the funny thing, going back and watching Gem again, damn, it's old. And I mean, I don't mean that in a great way. It really shows the animation is very, very, it's very tough to watch at times. But what I'm fascinated about is the retrospectives, and that's what makes this stuff so good, is that all the creators of all these 80s cartoons, are talking about what was really going on behind the scenes to make them. That stuff is interesting. So I'm still making my way through that, but the Mask box set is very cool to see.
Hey, can I just make a comment on a side note, just talking about 80s cartoons and stuff? Yep. My wife and I saw the new Transformers, Dark of the Moon, whatever. I didn't care for it at all.
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I bet it is.
It was terrible. Have you seen the newest movie?
Fuck no. I ain't watching that shit. No.
Yeah,
no, man. I
love the first two. But
I fucking hated the first two as well.
Really?
It detested with a passion. Yeah, I thought it was garbage. I think I hear another cookie coming out there.
I tried to do it quietly.
You did that so loud.
Fucking almost fell off the table.
You're just picking out.
Sorry, like I'm really funny about that. It's just, I remember watching the first Transformers movie, and I remember his mother, Shia LaBeouf's mother, is chasing him around the house, and she comes into his room. She's like, "Are you masturbating in here?" And I turned to my friend when we watched the movie. I said, "Am I watching a Transformers movie right now? Like, seriously, they didn't just. Oh, really? This is stupid." I was so insulted by the original Transformers. You know what? I understand that they need to update the Transformers, but they just like obviously you can't make a movie based on the 80s cartoon. I realize, but look at the source material a little bit more. Okay, look at the source material. I get frustrated. I just obviously I would have done it a different way. Michael Bay did it a lot, a different way, and I just hated this shit. Like the guy's just fuck off.
I want another live action He-Man. I know they did one in the 80s, but I want.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That was terrible.
Yeah, terribly fun.
You liked it?
Well, no, it's just cheesy. It's old, right? It's 80s nostalgia glasses. Yeah. I'm wearing that one. That's all.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry. spearing off here.
Oh
from
no! What the hell? Just the box sets. That's all I really got for Christmas. I guess I'll talk more when we get into like games that we've been playing, type of thing. I've been playing, a little bit of fun stuff. So, should we start talking about it? We all
Sure.
talk.
Let's do
go
it.
for it.
Yeah.
Start it.
Okay,
Start off.
I'll quickly go through because I know, you know what, I'm not going to make this fucking go on forever like we could possibly do this. Christmas Eve, had a fun Christmas Eve. I actually spent it on my own because Kim went to her parents' place to spend Christmas with basically her parents, and we were doing a Christmas Day the next day on our own together. So she did that, and I actually sat and had a couple of beers and played nothing but PC Engine games all night. I think I played like 3 or 4 hours of PC Engine games, and what did I play? Let's just say a lot of shooters, and there's a lot of shooters in the PC Engine.
Yeah.
So I went through a lot of that, Soldier Blade, all that great stuff, and I'll get that out of the way. What I want to talk about, it's an excellent game. What the fuck? People are in forums said, what the hell is he just talking about this now for? Is he out of his mind? And that is, Sega, racing. Sonic. Sega Racing.
Yeah.
What a fucking excellent card game.
I
told
told you
you.
to pick that up.
It
Yeah.
is good. Yeah.
Johnny, we need to play that online.
Yeah, I'm totally up for it. I'm actually going through the mission mode right now, and I forget what mission I'm on, like 40 or something like that. And I've unlocked a bunch of all the characters that I want. I got my Alex Kidd, my Opa, Rio. I went and bought the actual forklift guy because you can only get it online. Hey, Pete, did you go and spend money? Did any of you guys spend money in unlocking all the characters?
No, because you get that shit so fast. Like when I bought the game, I did a little bit of single player, but it was too boring. Basically 99% of what I've played of that game has been online.
Yeah.
And you get Sega points so fast, you do not need to buy any of that.
What's the stuff for like used? Like $15?
Oh yeah, I bought it for that price. It was really cheap, actually, under $20 with shipping.
Nice.
And I gotta say, every night it was like, oh, I'll put it in, give it a go. I got addicted to this thing. It controls
amazingly.
Like the drifting is perfect. Like I played a lot of games where the drifting I never liked, and I'm like, oh, I don't like that drifting, but it just feels perfect. It really, I don't want to sound hokey here, but it really is my perfect racing game right now.
People thought I was crazy when I mentioned it's my favorite kart racer since Mario.
Is that what you said?
64.
I was.
Yeah, I've mentioned this even when I did like because I did my top 10 games of like what was it, 2009, I guess this game, I forget when it came out exactly, but I mentioned it's my favorite kart racer since Mario Kart 64. I think it's perfect.
It definitely is.
Mm-hmm.
Without question. I think what turned me off, why I didn't jump on it, because there's a lot of games that Sega's released that I just don't trust. And I think, like Sonic, I don't know, like everything's a Sonic fucking game. Sonic and Friends, Sonic Riders, Sonic helicopter rides, and I just kind of got mushed into all that. I'm like, fuck another racer by Sega. I don't care. I don't trust Sega like I used to, right? So I didn't jump on that game to begin with. But man, calling me fucking surprised. The only complaint, and I will have a complaint, is I'll be a little picky with it. It's excellent. I would actually give it a 9 out of 10 for racing games. The reason why I wouldn't give it a 10, and man, they could have brought this game to 11 or 12 by bringing in, I know it's fucking Sonic and Friends kind of thing, but why didn't we bring in a lot more Sega stages? Like, there's so much history to Sega.
That's my main complaint with it as well. They missed their chance. They released DLC for it, but it was fucking one character and like one track.
Yeah, I know.
They missed their chance to bring in. What about like Golden Axe? What about
Alex Kidd stage? What about a Fantasy Zone stage?
Yeah.
What about, I could go on. What about I can't say Forgotten Worlds because that's Capcom. I kind of think about Sega for some reason. But getting some of those old Sega licenses, like a Golden Axe stage would be amazing. Oh, fuck, that would be... Imagine fucking having the main dwarf character as a racer, and you could go by and... Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be fucking awesome. But, you're right. That's where they missed the mark. They could have really shown the Sega love, given a lot more fan service for say, and that's why I was disappointed. But hey, Pete, like later on, I got all night tonight. If you're up for doing it and going for that, you got it too, right, Jason?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love it.
If you guys want to go, definitely.
I can play some probably.
I'm definitely in.
Sure.
A problem type of thing. But
Gotta get on it, Gamester. Gotta get it.
Gotta get it.
Definitely.
It's
Definitely.
cheap. Yeah, it's cheap enough to pick up.
I'm gonna-
Sorry, I had to gush on that. That is, I really wish I'd listened to some people about that game earlier on, but I think I made it a bigger surprise by discovering it, kind of discovering it on my own and making my own opinion on it, not being led by some hype about it. So that was good stuff. A game that was is disappointing is War of the North. We were playing that last night.
I heard it got really bad reviews. Yeah.
You know, the problem is it's just like it's kind of frustratingly annoying. What don't I like about it? We would go into we're only like 2 stages in, we run in and we get fucking beat down. It's like, what? Why are we getting beat down already? Like, beat us down, give us another half an hour. You know, let's get warmed up. Give us where's my save spot? I know we got my main town. We're not that far in, but we were having more, and Kim was like fighting with the camera and frustrated, and it's not a good time. It's like, what's going on? We were both frustrated. We're going to go back to it, but a little bit frustrated with that kind of stuff. But that's really it. That's really it. I think we should just go to Pete and let him gush, because he's got. Pete, can I just say this much? I'll say Pete was doing some streaming of some games, and I'm not going to blow his load on this one. But it's so funny. He's like, okay, like puts in a PC Engine game.
I saw you end the chat, Johnny. I knew you were there.
Yeah,
you were
I know.
quiet, and I'm like, let's see if he comes out of the woodwork for this one.
And I sure did. He puts in one game. You can talk about it. I'll let you go on about it. I heard the first 3 seconds of music. I'm like, I typed it right in the chat. It's this game, blah, blah, blah. It was so funny. I was fucking right on the bat, too. That music, Pete, that's like my childhood. That's what I grew up on. So that's eternally burned into my mind. The music, and you can start that or do whatever you want to do, but I had to mention that. I thought that was funny last night in the chat.
Well,
Take it away, Pete.
Feel free to interrupt me at any point here.
I will.
So I don't want to run out of breath here, but I'll start with Mario Kart 7. I've still been playing a ton of that. I've been playing a lot of online with it. I'm basically done with the story mode. I'm not going to go crazy unlocking all the golden parts for the carts, but I'm playing a lot of online with the YouTube community, mostly Cliva, Quick Freeze 4, Holly Dog on my lens, Mike Sinister Moon, and a whole bunch of other people that just randomly pop in there, as well as Games of War and Tony Yippee. Yeah, so we got a nice little crowd of people going, and we play on there, sometimes on Skype. A lot of fun. My most played 3DS game. Highly recommend it for anybody that has a 3DS, or if you're thinking of picking up a 3DS, without a doubt. Pick up Mario Kart 7. I also got for Christmas, it's one of the few, well, in terms of games I bought myself, I only got 2 modern games for Christmas, and one of them is Shinobi on 3DS. I don't know, Johnny, have you played this?
No, I'm not really into it. It just looked like Shinobi that I know. It's like, okay, it's some Shinobi game. Sure, that's fine.
I popped it in last night and played it a little bit, and it is pretty challenging. The 3D is not that impressive at all. I'd actually recommend probably just playing it with it off. But it's challenging in the sense that you just got to parry, spot on parrying, just learn the enemy patterns, and the stages are really fucking long. Like, you have lives and stuff and continues, but if you run out of continues, they'll make you restart the level all over again. And the level I was on, the first level, I swear to God, I played it for like a good 25 minutes and I died at one stage on it and it sent me all the way back. And I'm like, all right, done. I'll come back to this later. But my impression so far is it's pretty good. It's challenging. It's got some pretty just basic gameplay. I don't know. I never really played the original Shinobi games back then, so I don't really have that nostalgia for the series. So I'm interested to see what I think of it later on. One game, though, that I'm actually really impressed with, and on the previous episode, the Slime TV guys highly recommended this, and it's Cave Story 3D for the 3DS. It's actually the first time I've played Cave Story, but I'm actually quite blown away with this game. It's very mysterious, Johnny. Have you looked into this much at all?
No, it's something that, yeah, you're right, they went on about it. And I was like, hey, that's interesting. And then Christmas happened, so haven't really even thought about it. So what's your thoughts?
It plays like say a Super Metroid game, and the funny thing is it's obviously influenced by that, but it's quite strange how much it resembles to me like Super Metroid and just the weird like alien atmosphere and discovery of the world that you're in. It's so alien and so different because you're dropped into this world, and I still haven't figured out exactly what's going on because you're dropped into this you start off and you see like a character typing on the screen, like talking to someone on the computer or something. And then you're playing as a character in like this alien world with bunny people. And nothing is quite explained. I mean, unless I'm supposed to read the manual and the story in there, but I don't know what the hell's going on. But it's sort of like, it doesn't seem like it's free roam quite much right now, but it has a similar progression to Super Metroid where, it's a linear shooting game, so you can power up your weapon. From what I've seen, you find different weapons, you find life power-ups throughout the game. But the really cool aspect is you're rewarded for killing enemies and not getting hit, because you build up a meter by killing enemies and collecting items that they drop to make your weapon more powerful. And as long as you don't get hit, you'll have the most powerful weapon. And you find other weapons. I found a rocket launcher so far, but the really cool thing is the music and just the game's graphics. It has this really cool sort of like 16-bit feel to it, with like chiptune music, but the graphics are all 3D rendered. So this is a 3D rendering of the original game, which was completely in 2D, and the 3D is actually super impressive. It's a little bit strange at first. Your eyes really have to get adjusted to the 3D, but the objects have a great sense of depth to them. So I don't know, I'm really liking Cave Story. I started playing Dragon Quest V as well on the DS, which I started playing it because I picked up Dragon Quest 6 for $15. So I'm like, why am I going to play 6 when I have 5? I haven't played it yet. And I've heard that 5 is the better game from a lot of people. So I started playing that. I'm about 5 hours into it. And I'm really enjoying it, actually. It's
good, isn't it? Yeah. I never went back to it, unfortunately. I started on it and then I got sidetracked.
Story is super interesting, too.
Isn't it super interesting? I know.
Yeah, it's unlike any RPG I've played before, quite honestly, because you start off as a kid, and no spoilers or anything, but
you can't say anything.
No, I'll just say there's a point in the game quite early on that kind of took me aback at how serious this scene was portrayed and how well it was shown on the DS version. I'm not sure how it looked on the Super Nintendo, but I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy. And from there, it just you grow up a little bit, and then you go off on your big main quest, but. Yeah, it's super impressed with that. The animation on the monsters, it's very similar to Dragon Quest IV, but I've always been very impressed by the visual style of this series on the DS.
Did you ever play through 4 a lot or not too much?
I played quite a bit of 4. I never beat it, but I played quite a lot of it long time ago when it first came out.
Yeah. I love 4. Such a good game.
Also, Solo Torobo.
I
played quite a bit more of that. I'm about 6 hours into that. The story's starting to pick up now. It's still a really simple game. I've talked about this on the past episodes, I believe. But it's starting to get a little bit more challenging. The graphics still impress me like unbelievable. It's some of the best graphics I've seen on the DS. My biggest downfall, though, is just that it's too easy. The gameplay, it's not very advanced. There's no like advanced combat moves. The combat's very simple. Everything's just very simple, but it's still an enjoyable game. Nano Assault for the 3DS. It's the third game in the series of the Nano Story games on the DS, but this one sort of plays more like Super Stardust, in that the levels aren't a 3D sphere. It's a shooter game. So if you know the gameplay of Super Stardust, think of that meets like the planets of Super Mario Galaxy. We just twirl around these planets, and it's all on a micro level, so everything is supposed to be like cellular and themed after that. And you just go around. Each level has 3 DNA samples that you have to pick up, which are scattered randomly on the levels, and then you just have to clear out the enemies in the allotted amount of time. Online leaderboards, and sometimes it kind of goes behind the ship view like Star Fox. It's not as good as I thought because the controls really suffer because you have to use the face buttons as the second joystick to aim your shots. So that's definitely the biggest downfall. Played some Sonic Generations 3DS, some more. I played online with Holly, Dog on My Lens. We tested the one-on-one versus mode, very laggy. We didn't have some good impressions for that whatsoever. And of course, Christmas time, I played Christmas Nights on the Sega Saturn, and that's the first time I played that game, and it's amazing. I played a lot of it, obviously, because I did a video review on it, so I was playing it over and over. I was having some trouble, though, with because I have to play the import version, so I was using like a RAM cart. And the first couple of times I was playing it, it wasn't saving my game data, and I was getting kind of pissed because there's like unlockables you can unlock by playing it a lot. So one really interesting thing I never got around the unlocking was being able to play Sonic the Hedgehog. And it's actually his first 3D appearance in a video game, which even predates the 3D overworld in Sonic Jam. So eventually I'll get around to doing that because I fixed my save thing. That's really fun. Really puts you in the Christmas mood. Try Rush Deppy on the Sega Saturn. I played through that again. I was live streaming it. Really cool, really expensive and rare import platformer where you play as a little taxi cab on the Sega Saturn. It's my third time playing through it now. Also Hyperduel, John. This is the game that you walked in on when I was streaming.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's actually one of the rarest Sega Saturn games out there. It's import only. It's from Tecmosoft. So the guys that did the Thunder Force series, I believe. But it's pretty awesome. You can transform between a ship and a mech, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of Musha, only just because you get these little helper ships. But the cool thing is they can actually be mechs themselves, so you can get a little army of mechs with you to help fight the enemies. And the AI on them is pretty decent. They'll go out there and try and kill the enemies for you. And when you transform into the mech, you can direct your shots, and there's different power-up types for your weapons. So if you hold down one button, it shoots one kind of weapon, and if you hold down two buttons at once, it shoots an alternate fire, which drains your power, which is replenished by I think it's replenished by killing the enemies. I forget exactly, but it's a pretty challenging game. Really awesome music, great graphics on it, and it's very, very expensive. So definitely, if you're into shoot 'em ups, check it out on the Sega Saturn. I've been going quite crazy on the iPad, John. I downloaded a lot of games. I don't know what hit me. One day on Facebook, Splatter Trigger was like, "Oh, fans of," and Johnny might find this a little familiar, fans of Mushihime-sama. The original that came out on the PS2, which is not the 360 version. This is the shooter that Johnny picked up at PAX that I was interested in, but they released the original, the PS2 version on the iPad, or the iOS, I should say. It's not the iPad version, but you can blow it up to play on your iPad. And this is a bullet hell shooter, and let me tell you, this is one of my most played games in the past couple of weeks since I bought it. Nice. I've been going crazy on this game. And these bullet hell shooters, it's more about just dodging the bullets and less about the enemies. Because the whole screen is just filled with bullets. Like, it's covered in bullets. And I live streamed this one night on my iPad. It was quite the setup, but I did it. But man, I've been playing that a ton. I've been going back and forth with high scores with Splatter Trigger and Aerodynamish from the RPG Gibberish podcast and on YouTube. And I've only been playing on the hardest difficulties, and it's quite a lot of fun. And to go along with that, Esgaluda 2. It's another shoot 'em up game from Cave on the iPad. This one is made for the iPad, so the graphics are nice and HD. And the cool thing about this one that differentiates it is you can slow down time. Another bullet hell shooter, a lot of fun. Dondonpachi Resurrection, which is the hardest of the three by far. You can switch between a shot and a laser. And that one I haven't really delved into too much. I've been mainly concentrating on Bug Princess. Sorry, that's what they're calling it on the iPad. You have to search for Bug Princess for the Mushihime-sama game. Mm. Yeah, the cave shooters, wow. Unbelievable. If you have an iPad, you have to get these games. Also,
I'll look into it.
The one I'd recommend most, John, is Bug Princess, only because it's the cheapest and it's the easiest to play.
Okay.
Riptide GP, I took a recommendation from Metal Jesus Rocks, did a video on some iPad games that he recommended, and one of them was Riptide GP, and it's so funny because...
Oh yeah, I watched that. That was a good video. I remember seeing that.
Because remember we were talking about like series racing, we were talking about Wave Race, Johnny, and we're like, man, wouldn't it be cool to have like a sequel to Wave Race? And then he did this video, and he showed this game, and it looks just like Wave Race, but on the iPad. And it only uses the tilt controls, so you have to tilt the iPad around. And wow, the graphics are amazing. The physics of the water is really good. The game's only like $2. You get 6 courses, plus the mirror courses, different racers you can choose from. It's very simple. You can only boost. There's no weapons or anything, but man, what an impressive game on the iPad. He also recommended a game called Temple Run, which is an endless runner game. Really fun. It's free, so I'd highly recommend picking that up. Temple Run, you can it makes use of the tilt controls and swiping motions to jump and dodge over obstacles. It's pretty addicting. And I kind of fell into the casual gamer side of things and picked up a very popular game on the iPad or iPhone, and that's Tiny Wings. It's have you guys heard of this game?
Mm-mm.
it's sort of in the vein of like, what is it? Angry Birds, where it's one of those super popular $1 games where it's sort of a quick pick up and play. But he plays this little bird, and if you push down on the touchscreen, he'll sort of fold his wings, and it's an endless game. So you're going from left to right, and there's nothing but hills, and the object of the game is to just keep on coasting along the hills and flying up into the air. It's a physics-based game, but it's super addicting. And if you let go of the touchpad, he sort of gains a little bit more altitude. But for $1, man, I'm telling you, this game, it's perfect to just turn on once and play it a little bit and shut it off. Also, I downloaded Sonic All-Star Racing on the iPad. And actually, Johnny, it's quite a good representation of the game on the iPad for $2, I think it was.
So, which game?
Sonic All-Star Racing on the iPad.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, what do you think?
How much is that?
I think it's like $2, or
Nice.
if it's still on sale right now. Sega was having a sale, it might be $1. But yeah, you get a lot. You get mostly all the racers. There's quite a bit of courses. There's actually also 4-player online mode, and people still play online. So I played one night on there with Tony Yippee, and we had quite a bit of fun on there. We were playing against some people online.
Yippee
It's got the weapon. Yeah, it's got the weapon power up still. So you get the shield, the weapons that you get in the game, and boost power-ups and the boost pads. The weapons are a little cheap though, but it's all fun. You know, it's auto acceleration, so you're just steering by tilting the iPad around. But it's a lot of fun. There's still drifting and everything, so it's a pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty
drifting.
There's a button to press down on the screen, and you hold that button down, and when you turn the iPad, you'll drift, and then when you let go of the button, you'll boost.
Jeez, that's crazy. Yeah.
Nice.
I guess it can't
Now,
work.
there's a game I have to highly recommend to any RPG fans out there. It's called Ash. That's all it's called, Ash, A-S-H. And it's a turn-based old-school RPG. It was made in RPG Maker, and it's a highly regarded game on the iPhone or the iOS platform. But just recently, like 10 days ago, they released a new patch with all original artwork. So it uses its own original art instead of the RPG Maker stuff.
Yeah.
And it's super good. I convinced Tony to download this game as well, and he's been having a lot of fun with it. And it's turn-based battles. You get 4-player party. They learn new attacks. There's towns to equip equipment. It is a love letter to fans of old-school RPGs. And the game is, I don't know if it's still $1, but they had a sale where it was $1. And it's like a 20-hour old-school RPG with a really good story and really good writing. So definitely search for Ash.
Nice.
Ash. What do I know of that game? Why have I heard about that game before?
You're thinking, and Tony thought the same thing. You're thinking of the DS RPG, Ash. There's a game released on the DS called Ash in Japan that never made it to America. This game is totally different.
Talking about this, though. Yeah, I guess if it's made in RPG Maker, it's an RPG Maker game. So.
Also, The Quest I downloaded, which is it's a really good first-person RPG that's sort of reminiscent of the Might and Magic games on the PC, where it's, or say like Eye of the Beholder, but it's not like in the dungeons with the static screens, where you have to move with the arrow buttons on the screen. But it mirrors the Elder Scrolls games, where there's different classes and there's different training that you can do. Like you can train in lock picking, there's pickpocketing, there's smithing, there's like a thief class, there's a mage class, there's like vampire, all different races you can choose from. There's towns, there's quests you can go on, and it's all in first person. So if you're a fan of the Elder Scrolls games or old school like Might and Magic dungeon crawlers, without a doubt, pick up The Quest. It's $5, so it's a little bit more expensive, but I've had some fun with that when I played it. Really good graphics too. Also Dungeon Hunter 2. This is another iPad game that they just released a version of it in HD. It's sort of a clone of Diablo, and it has online mode, which I have not been able to get to work yet. I haven't been able to get paired up with anybody. But this is one of the best games I played on the iPad thus far. There's also a Dungeon Hunter 3, but the reviews on that say it's terrible and nothing like the second one. But if you're into Diablo kind of games with the loot, whoring and getting the best equipment and just dungeon crawling and killing enemies, the controls work really well. It's got a good virtual joystick on there. Really great graphics, good music too. Now, here is one of my most highly recommended games on the iPad that I've downloaded. It's from Taito, and it's called Groove Coaster. It's a music rhythm game that is excellent. It reminds me of like a fusion between, say, the visual style of slightly of Rez meets like it's very simple. It's only just tapping on the screen and swiping on the screen to the beat of the music, but it uses some really good tracks. When you download the game, it's only like $1, I think, or something like that, or $2, I forget. But you get like 20 songs or something like that, and they're all 2-minute songs. But the visual style is really nice, and you just tap on the screen to the beat of the music, and there's 3 different difficulties and different visual styles that you can use. And it uses a lot of Space Invader graphics naturally and Arkanoids.
Nice.
So there's some songs inspired by that. Really, really good game. Also, there's a game I highly recommend called Edge Extended. It reminds me a lot of, say, a slower pace Marble Madness or, Marble West Ultra. Any of those games where it's on an isometric view and you're just navigating like a ball around on the screen to get to the end of the level. But this one is interesting because it's not a ball, it's a cube. So everything in the game is all geometric with cubes, and you have to slide this cube around the screen and avoid falling off the stage, which is actually pretty difficult. And the style to the game, the level layouts are really imaginative and really fun, and it's got some amazing chiptune music. So this game's also pretty cheap. I think it was like $1 or $2, I forget, but super, super awesome game. There's 40 different levels, and I'm like halfway through it. There's a game called Deflex I downloaded from Lamasoft. I'm a big fan of Lamasoft, which created like Tempest 2000 and Space Giraffe on the Xbox 360. They've created Jeff Mentor's created a couple of different iPad games, and this is one of his lesser known ones. So I'm like, let me give it a try. It's very hard. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but basically I'm bouncing a ball around the screen with pads that I lay down that shift their direction every time the ball hits it. Very confusing. I don't recommend it. It's one of those like super psychedelic, flashy games, so it's very strange. John, this is my highest recommendation for you, actually, and I just downloaded this one yesterday. It kind of plays like an Asteroids game, but it plays like, I forget the exact name of the arcade, but you know what I'm talking about, where they use the sort of effect in the arcades where it uses a mirror to project the vector graphics over a screen in the back. You know what I think it's called like Super Asteroids or something like that.
Yeah, Super Asteroids.
So this game is amazing. It gives you a virtual joystick and you have a space, like an astronaut that you fly around, but it plays just like Asteroids, but the graphics are amazing. It looks like a Vectrex, but in color. And it's got some really great music, great physics
What's
to
it
it.
called?
Space Junk.
Space Junk. I'll write that down.
Yeah, so it's like $1, I think. But this game is amazing. I've been playing for some high scores on there. Really fun game. Oh, and that's it for iPad for now.
That's it just for the iPad, folks. Just for the iPad.
Jesus.
Next, getting into the PC Engine games, PC Super CD games and stuff I've been playing. The game that Johnny was referring to earlier was Legend of Heroes Dragon Slayer on the Super CD or the TurboGrafx CD.
Hey, Pete, I've never talked about this game. I've actually finished that game. Yeah.
I can believe it because I'm telling you, I'm actually really liking this game so far. I'm about 2.5 hours into it right now. I'm not even kidding. And I'll have to say one of my favorite parts about this game is the voice acting. The voice
acting is I was warning everybody in the chat room. I'm like, oh my God, the voice acting is so bad in this game. It's laughable, right? It's hilariously.
It's so bad, it's good. Because I remember, didn't you mention this in your video, like the worst voice acting in video games, right?
I didn't mention Legend of Heroes. I mentioned Final Zone 2 and Last Alert, but I left Legend of Heroes out.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, if people have not played this game, it sounds like, and I think they literally did this where they took people and like put them in a closet to record the voices or
Jason,
something like that.
We gotta find Jason a clip so we can play like a bit of this.
Yeah, search it on YouTube. While you search for it, just search like Legend of Heroes Dragon Slayer voice acting or cutscene or something like that.
He's on it.
I'm on it.
But it's a turn-based RPG by Falcom, and people are familiar with the Legend of Heroes series. And I'm not going to act like an expert, like I know everything about the Legend of Heroes games, but this is the only Dragon Slayer game, I believe, to come out to America to get translated. This was also on the Genesis and the Super Nintendo, I believe, but those were never in English. But it's a very old school RPG, but the great thing is, this is why I love the PC Engine and why I've wanted it for so long. Being able to play these old school 16-bit games with CD soundtracks, because the music in this game is amazing. Some of the best music
it's really memorable, especially the final boss battle. It's got some great music in there.
The overworld theme is so unique. Like I hear this music and it's like a jazz rock song. I'm like, wow, that is different.
Yeah, they really knew how to make music back then. You know what I mean? Like,
how long would you say, if you remember, Johnny? How long is this game?
you know, it's funny because I got it for Christmas when it got released. What year is that? Jesus, you'll have to look that up. Probably 17 years old. Maybe. I remember it took me about 2 weeks to finish it, and you know what? It's so long ago.
Okay, yeah, I figured you wouldn't remember.
But I remember it taking me a couple of weeks, like here and there, really getting into it. Like, I just remember when I finally beat it. I remember the after. It's funny, hey guys, in general, when you finish a game, you always remember what you were doing. I always remember, like, I was in my old basement sitting. You know, I remember there was light coming in the blinds, and then all of a sudden this music hit in. It was the bass music, and I was like, "Oh, fucking! This is where I take this motherfucker on." And I thought, I want to get into that's dragon at the end, but it doesn't really matter, right? And
Dragon Slayer, I think I had the idea.
Exactly, and you defeat it. But it's funny how you remember those moments. And I had a good time with that game. Whenever I look at it, I go, bad voice acting, good time though.
Yeah, but the voice acting adds such a charm to it because it's really that bad that I look forward to the cutscenes.
Sorry, I'm sending.
What do you want me to search for? Because I have to do it on a different computer.
Wait. I'm trying to find. Just give me a second.
All right.
I'm almost on it.
But I'll keep talking. It reminds me of like Dragon Quest kind of, you know, because you never see your characters during the battles. It's just the static portraits of the enemies on screen, and then you have the status of your teammates on the right, which I have no problem with. Obviously, I love, you know, Etrian Odyssey, Darkspire, so I'm used to, you know, I have no problems with non-flashy battles. But the great thing about the battles too is it makes grinding less of a chore because there's so much customization in terms of auto battles, and believe me, you're going to want to do this sometimes. Yeah. So you can. Obviously, you can use the turbo button on your controller to just turbo through it, holding down the A button. But you can set the AI, like, if HP needs to be healed, you can have them cast a spell or use an item. You know, you can set them to just auto attack every battle. So it makes grinding a lot easiasier. And I don't really...
Hey, is there an option you can actually change the music, if I remember right?
You can?
You can, yeah, to just regular, like, kind of like 8-bit-ish music. I think you can do that.
Really? Well,
check that again. That's off the top of my head right now. I remember.
Where do you want me to play this from?
I don't know, but maybe play it like right in the middle. I'll. Okay, how about from 225? Let's just play it from there. So to get them an idea.
To ensure the safety of the young prince, Logan was sent to the village of exile on the Isle of Glen. There, he was to stay until his 16th birthday, when he could finally be crowned king.
And that's like the best voice acting.
Shit. That's bad, but it's not even the bad shit.
Yeah, but that's like the best voice acting in the game because when they talk in game, like you can hear them like gasping for air, like when they talk and everything. It's so low quality.
It's so weird.
It's pretty bad, right?
That's
there.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
I feel really bad because it's actually in the overhead view when the characters are just like the little 16-bit characters with plasmas talking. Oh, it's so funny.
Is it worse than the Zelda games for the CDI?
It's right there. Yeah, it's definitely right there. So, guys, do some searches on YouTube for the beginning of Legend of Heroes Dragon Slayer. It's rather pretty funny stuff.
Yeah, so I'd actually highly recommend this game to anybody that's a fan of like Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, just old school RPGs. I'm really enjoying it. I'll see how far I get. I don't know if I'll finish it, but I'm definitely planning on playing some more. Also,
yeah, keep going with that one. It actually there's a cool bunch of stuff with the pirates and all that. I always remember enjoying. So,
yeah, the story it's pretty interesting. So, sort of like a whole. Well, this isn't really spoilers because it happens really early on, but something like you're a young prince, and when you're young, the king gets killed, and instead of you becoming the king, they give it to this guy called Drax or whatever instead, and he's, I guess, corrupt. I haven't really gotten far enough, but he's corrupt, and you try and get it back from him, something like that. So,
basic.
Also, I've been enjoying quite a bit on the Super CD, Shadow of the Beast. And this is one of the main reasons, actually, funny enough, that I wanted to get a Turbo Duo CD or PC Engine CD so bad, is because I was listening to the music for this game. And I'm like, oh my God, it would be amazing to play this game with that music, because it's one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard for any game. And the funny thing is, I always had these memories of Shadow of the Beast, and I've mentioned it on the podcast before, being like the hardest game I've ever played. But that was the Genesis version. So I go into this version and I'm like expecting to get my ass kicked. And I made it, the first time I played it, I made it further than I ever made it in the Genesis version. And I found that the reason was because the Genesis version was super fast and sped up, because when they ported it to the Genesis, they didn't get the refresh rate right or something like that. So the enemies come at you like at super speed, and the game is extremely difficult. So I go to play this version and the enemies are like all slow, and I'm getting my timing right. And I'm like, wow, this is easier than I remember it being. So needless to say, I've been able to enjoy the game a lot more than I used to, because I've been progressing in the game. So far, I've made it up to like the second to last area. I've played through it quite a bit of times. And yeah, it's just like a basic run. Most people remember the iconic scene of running on the plains and just having all these random enemies come at you and you just hit them and you punch them. But there's more to this game than that, because you get into some dungeons and you got to find keys to unlock doors, and you get power-ups where you're actually able to shoot a gun and you're able to shoot like an energy beam and stuff. And it's still challenging. It's a lot of memorization, learning the enemy patterns, what comes at you when. You have 3 continues, and once you lose those continues, you got to start all over. So really enjoy this game. Amazing soundtrack. I've also been playing Valis 3 for the Super CD. And
That's a fucking excellent game.
Oh, I was actually pissed, because when I bought this game on eBay, the person in the description on eBay was very vague about it not coming with the original case. They took a picture of it in a case with the manual in the case with the CD. And the title of the auction was like Valis game, or Valis manual and game CD. So, they're not like very obvious, like, hey, this does not come with the original case. So I look at the picture and it's in a case, but it ends up it's in a generic CD case. And this game was not that cheap.
So many times, too.
Yeah, it wasn't that cheap, so I was kind of pissed. But luckily, it's a good game. I haven't played all the games in the Valis series, and I do have another one coming to me, which is the Phantasm Soldier, I think, where it's a remake of the first Valis on Super CD, and that is supposed to be the best one ever released, so I'm looking forward to playing that. But this is a really fun game. It's, once again, you get some great music, obviously. I'm really enjoying the soundtracks on a lot of these games. Like I said, it's just so refreshing to play these old school games with CD soundtracks. It's really something else.
Pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah.
It's really cool. Yeah. It adds something fresh to these games. But it's challenging. The thing about the third game in the series is you can switch between 3 different characters. I haven't gotten further enough to get the third character yet, so I've only had 2. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it. Also, Johnny, I think you might have got a glimpse of this game, Willy Wombat on Sega Saturn.
Yeah, I did. It looks very awkward to control.
Yeah, it's a platformer only on the Japanese Sega Saturn that actually has English voice acting. All the text in the game is Japanese, but all the voice acting is in English. Go figure. But you play as like this wolf guy, and it's a platformer, but it's also almost like a shoot 'em up, because there's so many enemies on screen, and it's got an isometric view, and you just slash and shoot your boomerang at tons of enemies on screen as you navigate sort of maze-like levels. But the worst thing is, because of the isometric camera and using 3D geometrics for the level designs, the camera is fucking terrible. And the viewpoint for collecting items and stuff, it's so weird, where sometimes you'll think you're running into an item, but it ends up it's like on the other side of the screen just because of perspective. But anyway, I picked it up because it was an exclusive platformer, Sega Saturn. I'm like, what the hell? Also, for the Super CD, I imported the Godzilla fighting game, which on the Turbo CD in America, it's one of the rarest and most expensive games for the American version. But this is actually a pretty decent one-on-one Godzilla fighting game. The Japanese version is a lot easier to buy, and it's a lot cheaper. The American version is like $200. The Japanese version is like $20. But it's got some basic. It's a very basic fighter. It's got a lot of the Godzilla monsters that you can play as. In the story mode, though, you can only play as Godzilla, which is kind of disappointing from what I've seen so far. But the controls are a little awkward. It's kind of hard to pull off some of the moves. I don't know. It's okay. Thank God I did not spend $200 on it. Also, a game that came free with my PC Engine Duo, The Tower of Juraga, which it's not like a roguelike, but it's a dungeon crawl where it's got randomly generated levels and you just got to defeat enemies on each floor, get a key, and get to the end of the level. It's in Japanese, so for the most part, I'm trying to work my way through it, but it seems simple enough. And you do level up, and you're able to increase your stats as you see fit. And it's really fun. The music, though, is super, super repetitive. And last but not least, I've saved the most interesting for last. Yesterday, I downloaded a game and finally got around to playing it today. Do any of you have guesses? I'm sure you might know because I posted something on Facebook.
Wait, let me get a Facebook. Let me see.
I can't think of anything, actually.
John. Just saying John's name is a big hint.
Oh. Yes.
Star Wars? Old Knights of the
Old Republic.
Oh, yeah,
Old
I
Republic?
know. Yeah, Knights of the Old Republic.
Or just the Old Republic? You like it?
So I downloaded the Old Republic today.
Yeah.
I got around to playing it.
Nice. What do you think?
Yesterday it was having some download problems. Well, I played it like 7 hours today because MMOs do that to you. And what do I think of this game? Because I've played, it's not like I'm just confined to Final Fantasy XI, but I do have quite an affinity for that game. So I've played Rift, I've played Aeon, I played a trial of World of Warcraft years ago. So I have an idea of like how these new school MMOs work, where they hold your hand. And Final Fantasy XI players will know what I'm talking about with that. We want some hardcore MMOs. It's so funny. They've turned Final Fantasy XI into like this handheld, like super easy game now. But that's another story. Anyway, the Old Republic, wow. It's actually quite better than I expected in terms of the story mode. I'm finding myself, it feels almost like a single player game set in an MMO universe, which is the feel that they're going for. It's actually super impressive. I started off as a trooper. So here's the cool thing. There's obviously the Republic and the Empire, and you can pick between, when you're just creating your class, you can pick between one of each. And then there's 4 classes to pick from after that. So you have I don't know the Empire side, so I'm just going to go really with the Republic side here, but there's the Jedi Counselor, Jedi Knight, I should say, Jedi Counselor, the Smuggler, and the Trooper. And then on the Empire side, I know there's a Bounty Hunter, and then obviously they have the equivalent. There's the Sith, and then I forget the names of the other ones that they use for the other classes. But anyway, with the 4 different classes, depending upon which one you choose, there's an entirely different storyline for each one. So I started off as the Trooper, and even though I'm starting in the same area as the Smuggler, it starts me with an entirely different story that plays out similar to, obviously, BioWare. So it plays out similar to, say, like a Mass Effect game in terms of the cutscenes and the talking interactions. And it's actually really well done. On my Trooper character, I'm level 10. So I just made it off the starting planet and I made it to Coruscant and the main city in the game. And a big twist happens before that. And it's actually pretty surprising. So the story in this game is actually pretty impressive. And just for the hell of it, I started a Smuggler character just to see how the different stories were. And yeah, it's a totally different story. And the cool thing is your character that you create is in the cutscenes. He's talking, and there's different dialogue choices. So it's actually really interesting. And it gets even more advanced because even if you pick the Republic or the Empire, there's light and dark side choices. So it might be a bit confusing because you think you go Republic, everything you do is going to be good, but you can actually lean towards the dark side. So it's not like you have to be a clear-cut good guy with the Republic. You can be bad. And then from what I understand, you get different rewards and items you can unlock depending on if you're light or dark side. So yeah, I'm playing the Trooper. I'm not sure. There's 2 advanced classes per class you can spec into. So in total, there's 8 different classes per side in the game. Obviously healers, tanks, damage dealers, but graphic-wise, I have my settings on max. It's not anywhere near as impressive as Rift was in terms of graphics, but it's still a good-looking game.
Yeah, they've been working on the game forever, dude.
Yeah,
I went to PAX like
shows.
07, 08, and they were talking about it. It was crazy.
It really shows, especially in the story cutscenes. It really feels like, and they pulled it off. I wasn't sure how it was going to play out, but they pulled off a single-player storyline in an MMO that keeps you interested. Every time you talk to an NPC, whereas in most MMOs, you talk to them. You don't even read what the fuck they have to tell you. You just want to get to the quest that they give you. It's like, you don't care the backstory behind it. You just know you got to get those 10 leather pieces to turn in for experience. But when you talk to the NPCs, like, they will give you full on cutscene story mode, and it's actually really well presented. So far I'm really impressed. I haven't done any group stuff. I just paired up with like one random guy and to get through a pretty tough area because we were doing the same quest. But I mean, I don't want to over exaggerate the story stuff because this is still a straight up MMO. Like, you're still doing the quest where it's like, okay, we need 10 of these, or kill 20 of these enemies, or go here and destroy those generators. It still does that stuff, but they've kind of masked it with a great storyline to go with it. So I would actually recommend this for any fans of the Knights of the Old Republic games on Xbox and PC. Star Wars fans in general, I think it's a great fan service game. I'm kind of disappointed that you couldn't pick races like, they give you there's 4 different races for each side. But they're like races that nobody even knows of in the Star Wars universe. So I don't know. It's kind of disappointing in that area. But I don't know, John, I'm telling you, if you were to get into an MMO again, this is
the problem is I don't have like a gaming PC. I have a Mac, so it's hard for me, But it's cool. It looks cool.
It's fun.
Awesome.
I don't know.
Cool. Anything else, Pete? I think that was a record.
I think
I've been playing. No, I'm just kidding.
I want to just do I just want to say a couple things. One, during that time, John and we just took a complete trip around Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom.
We did.
And it was a great time. And secondly, I just want to say, you guys, we've recorded 74 episodes total. This is number 74. And, there's a lot of things on this podcast that have gone down in history. The whale with barf controller, poutine. We've had a lot of things that have happened. I just would like to I want to be the first guy to mention that, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a Pete Dorr games I have been playing recently world record.
That was like 45 minutes, or I don't know how long it went.
I don't know. I fell asleep for about 30 of it, so I'm not sure. I lost track. Just kidding. We love
He's
you,
giving
Pete.
a hard time.
I just love you, Pete. No, it's all good.
I just been playing some games, but don't forget we haven't
played a couple
recorded
of
an
fucking
episode.
games.
Since
couple.
Pete has had the last 2 months off for Christmas break,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go over quickly what I've been playing since it's getting late and I got to get going here soon. But been playing Mario Kart 7. And that's a cool game. I mean, I've talked about Pete got into that too, and he's right. It's fun. I haven't played as much online as Pete has, but I've dabbled in it, and it plays really well. Very little lag. A fun game. Super Mario 3D Land. I played that. I'm on World 8. It's also a fun game. I really enjoy it. It's very quick. I made the stupid mistake. I didn't collect all the big coins you're supposed to collect. So I got to level 5, and you can't continue beyond that without, you have to collect like X amount of coins, like 50 coins to go and move on. So I go back and recollect them, which is kind of a bitch thing to do, but I did it. Also played Superman Arcade. Remember like, I don't know how many episodes ago we were talking about, I played Superman Arcade and one of the arcades I was in, I think it was Dorky's Arcade. And I mentioned how I didn't really like it. The controls were broken. Do you guys remember that conversation back in the day?
I remember that.
Well, Vintage Video Game Geek called me out on my website. He's like, "Oh, games are just as Superman Arcade." So I decided, look, I'm gonna download it on MAME. I'm gonna try Open Mind. I'm gonna try it. I did a review over it, and honestly, my opinion is stronger than before. It's a terrible game. The review pretty much sums it up. I mean, here's the deal with most beat 'em up games, like Final Fight. Or Spider-Man for the Genesis Super Nintendo, you have to beat all your characters on that screen and be able to move forward, right? This game, you can just fly forward and just ignore all the characters, all the enemies, which it's not fun to do that, but it's cheap, right? Additionally, you can't use your laser beams, like you can't use any frost moves. It's just kick and punch and fly. You can hold down your punch and use like a supersonic boom thing, but in order to use that, you can't move up or down. You can't move left or right. So it takes about a second or two to do that. And if you get hit by an enemy while you're doing that, you lose it. So it defies the whole purpose. It's terrible. And terrible.
Terrible.
But it's just, because I'm so frustrated because I want to see a good Superman game because I'm a big Superman fan.
Yeah, just play it on 64. That's the best one.
Yeah, I heard the 64 version's good.
Best.
No, like Death and Return of Superman's okay. It's a good decent beat 'em up. But, if they can make a good Batman game, why can't they make a good Superman game? That's my point. But this arcade is old. It came out in 88 by Taito. I'm a big fan of Tato. I like Bubble Bobble. I like, Pete, you mentioned some classic Tato games earlier. I mean, they make some really good arcade games, Arkanoid, whatnot, but this is just really bad. The music, I like the music. I like the graphics are decent, but that's really where it ends. And it just gets really repetitive. There's 5 worlds and there's 3 stages on each world. And everything's there's the cool thing that they do. It's like a beat 'em up and it's like a shooter in one. So there's certain stages where you're like a shooting game and you're like flying and you can use your laser beams in that level, but you can't do it when you're beat 'em up. So it doesn't make any sense. Moving on, Uncharted 2. I'm at chapter 23, so I'm almost done with that. I like the game. I like the story. I love the graphics. The controls are great. The one thing that really irks me about this game though is why does it take so many bullets to kill an enemy? Like, I
kind
got
of annoying, huh?
30 rounds on a guy. He fucking doesn't die. I shit you not, dude. I was playing last night. I had this grenade launcher, point blank, like maybe 5 feet in front of me. 3 rounds and the guy's not dead. What's with that?
Uncharted 2 or Uncharted 3?
Uncharted 2.
Yeah.
Does Uncharted 3 get better? Because my idea is I want to beat this. I know there's like 26 chapters, right, in this game?
Well, I mean, shooting wise, yeah, it's still got the same problem where enemies take full clips to kill.
Yeah,
So
it doesn't make any sense. And you get those guys with a super pad, where you have to go up and pretty much beat them, like, hand-to-hand combat with them. And that's frustrating. So, but I do like the game, don't get me wrong, but it's just, that's one thing that kind of irks me about the game. It takes so many rounds.
Combat gets stale. Yeah, that is one thing.
Yeah, the combat gets really stale. I'm about an hour into Batman Arkham City and really enjoying that game. Graphics are great. Play control, I think, is about equivalent to the first one, maybe a little bit better, but really good. I'm really looking forward to digging more into that. A game that I downloaded on Xbox Live Arcade. It's also available on PSN. It's Burger Time World Tour. Have you guys played this?
No.
It's fun. It's the newest game. It's Monkey Paws is the developer. I think it's or the publisher. It's Konami is the developer, and it came out recently. It's the newest enhancement of Burger Time, which I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with the classic arcade game, right? Where you're supposed to walk over the patties and avoid your enemies and use
It's 3D, isn't it, John? Yeah.
It's got a 3D look to it. Like, it's pretty cool. It's really fun. There's 5 worlds, 9 stages each world, and I actually completed the single player campaign, so I beat all the worlds, and I actually really enjoy it. I think they did a really good job with it. It's got similar things to the classic Burger Time, same concept as you're supposed to drop these patties over these enemies and stuff, but they added new weapons, they added new power ups, and you can jump. I heard the multiplayer is really cool in it as well. Unfortunately, no one's playing online multiplayer, but you can play just go split screen up to 4 players at home, which is cool. But I heard that's kind of cool. The multiplayer is all set up where it's points. It's not necessarily burgers that you make, so it's total points, which is cool. So I really recommend checking out Burger Time World Tour. I think if you guys like it, it's kind of new meets old. It's not a remake of the original. It's kind of a reincarnation of the original, and definitely a game you guys should check out. Playing also Donkey Kong 2 D2K, Jumpman Returns a lot. Talked about that before. Disney Adventures, which is Johnny's favorite. That's always fun. Rocksmith, which I mentioned before. Perfect Dark, which is great on the Xbox Live Arcade. Just HD graphics, I guess. They did a really good job with that. And that basically, that's it. That completes my list of what I've been playing recently. So I'll move on to Jason. Take it away, buddy.
Recently, I heard that Flat Out 3 was coming out kind of out of nowhere.
Wow.
And this was a good couple of weeks ago now. And so I went and I got excited and I pre-ordered it and waited for it to launch, and it came out. I downloaded it.
Wait, it's out?
Yeah, it came out like 2 weeks ago.
On Steam?
On Steam,
Only?
yeah. It's a PC exclusive.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, wow, I cannot wait. You guys know how much of a fan of Flat Out I am. I got a little nervous because I started to look into it and I realized that it's developed by Team 6 Game Studios. I guess that's a Netherlands-based company that has never done a Flat Out game prior. Flat Out Ultimate Carnage was done by Bugbear, if we remember. So that kind of gets me a little nervous. So anyway, the game came out, and unfortunately, the game is just broken. It's just terrible. It's very sad that such a fantastic game series like Flat Out is going to be tarnished with this, and I feel really bad about it. But The game is just, it has no physics, no driving physics. The graphics, it's like nothing but motion blur. The cars have no weight. I can't even start to. There's so many things about it that are just so terrible, and it's a budget release. It's $29.99. I'm sure it will be $5 here in a week or so. But very sad. It has lots of game modes. It has some fun features on it, but to be honest with you, it holds nothing like what the other flat out games hold. And I will always say this from this day forward is really, you guys, if you want a good flat out game, get Ultimate Carnage. That is the best flat out game in the series. So I played that. Very high hopes.
Would you say it's flat out the best game you've played in a while?
I would say, well, when it comes to racing games, yes. I get it. I didn't get it at first.
Oh, you took a while to get that one.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I was like, what the fuck? Flat out. That's pretty fucked, Gamester. He's getting me. So anyway, Flat Out 3, not very good. I wouldn't recommend you picking that up, to be honest. Unfortunately. Went through and played lots of Left 4 Dead over the last, this holiday break here.
First one?
Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Went through all the campaigns from start to finish. And I put them all in easy. Holy shit, is that game hard. If anyone has gone through that game and played any of the campaign co-ops, like on anything other than easy and survived, kudos to you people, because it is a fucking racket. I mean, there are so many times where I'm just like, I can't even believe that I'm surviving on easy mode. It's crazy. So no hard feelings at all in putting that on easy. But played that with Bido Empire and Phantom Jest. We've been going through that. Good times from start to finish.
The first Left 4 Dead or the second one?
The second one, yeah, Left 4 Dead 2. And it's been on sale, for like $5 or $9.99 forever. So great game, fantastic zombie shooting, a lot of zombie action out there in the world of gaming. But I think when you have a shooter with the Source engine, that's a fantastic game. You got a winner on your hands there. So
Jason, would you say you were dying to play it?
This is fucked. This is fucked. So I've been playing a little bit of that. We finished that last night, went through that. So that was good. What else? You were talking about you playing some games with Yippee T earlier. I played some Hydro Thunder with him last week, real late at night. And I guess it's really early for him. But so we did a little Hydro Thunder on Xbox 360, some classic stuff there. That's, other than that, that's been about it. I mean, I played some Bad Company too. Hey, how about that, guys? How long has it been since you heard that? Assholes. Little Battlefield Bad Company
No Battlefield 3 though, huh?
I've been playing a little bit of that, but I went back to Bad Company 2 and I said, you know what? I'm going to see if anyone's playing this still. And I hopped in there. There are some rooms still out there. And it really just put the bug back in my ear. It's such a great game. It even got me so excited. I was thinking about even getting my server back and hosting that. Maybe in the new year. I'll see if I can't throw something together, maybe get the first month or two paid for, and then maybe throw up a page to if people want to, donate to it, and keep it going. And we can have a server for us. I can set all the rules, whatever we want. We can vote on the rules. And, even for like, I think $5 more, you can get a private TeamSpeak server so we can chat. There's a lot of cool perks to that. So I don't know. And then maybe if we get even more money raised for it, I can do a Battlefield 3. Maybe we can do both because they're kind of around the same price. So I'm kicking that around. I don't know if people are interested somehow, either on Facebook or Twitter or in the forums, let me know. I may go through with that if I get enough people that are interested. That's about it, really, you guys. It's been a good, relaxing break, and now it's back to the grind. So
I hope you guys have a great New Year's.
What's that?
I hope you guys have a good New Year. It's coming up around the corner.
Yeah, right around the corner.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, on the weekend. It's just coming up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, fuck. I'm already tired thinking about it.
Time for bed.
A year of work and the work of doing YouTube videos and the work of doing movies and the work of doing podcasts. And it's all fun, but there's work behind it. Let's be honest here.
I just want to do a big shout out to the Game Chasers for doing an amazing job. I don't know if you guys saw that
that video was amazing.
Christmas cartoon that they did. And guys, check them out. Captain 8-Bit on YouTube. And I know Johnny and I were in it, and we appreciate them including us. But no, they did an amazing job. I know Billy put a lot of time in that. So Probably one of my favorite videos I've seen this year. To be honest with you guys, it was awesome. So
It was crazy the amount of work they put in. Like, I think they went overboard, to be honest. I just think they went overboard. Like, I don't know why they did that to themselves. Or Billy did that to himself.
they have
That's
a
just
passion for it, and I
no,
think that's very
for
respectful,
sure.
so.
But my God, I felt like so bad for him working on that. Like, there's so much work. Never mind getting everybody to send their voices in to do the dub on it, but then all of a sudden to match up the talking mouths to that. That's a huge lot of work. It's ridiculous. Never mind about making every fucking background scene and all that. The one good thing for them now is that now that they have all the designs done, they can do cartoons all the time because all the pre-work is done. Like making characters, making the characters' mouths. That's where the time comes in and doing that. Now it would be a little bit easier for them, I think, if they were to do another cartoon. But see if they're up for that. I don't know.
It's 23 minutes long of
That's when I
animation.
saw that. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
It's like a normal. That's a show.
Yeah, that is.
If you put
When you put commercials in there,
Yeah.
that's about how long they are.
yeah.
Ridiculous.
They're gonna make it big sometime. I just have a feeling for these guys. I think they're
There's a lot of talent there. A
so much
lot of
talent,
talent. Yeah.
so.
Yeah, but you know what they say is behind, like people who are talented is because they put in so much work.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like people always say, like directors, oh, that director's really talented. It's like, well, it's because he put so much time and work in. He's not just naturally talented. You know what I mean by that? Like, there's work behind the talent.
Mhm.
And that's definitely shown in that episode they did. It's just crazy. I almost passed out when I saw the 23-minute mark too, Pete. I was like, what? You kidding me? Yeah, so can't wait to see what they do next.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Can I show you something really big, John?
I already saw it, dude.
Oh, can I show it to you again? You want to see something really big?
I'm scared. What is it?
Famous last words.
I know. I'm scared. Oh shit!
What the fuck?
You ever seen one of these?
Oh, what? Dude, that's really huge.
Yeah. Tell the people what you're holding there.
I'm holding it. My two hands. It takes both my hands. It's
All right,
round.
double donger.
It's kind of, I don't know. It looks like there's some nuts in it. Nuts. Am I right?
There is. You're right.
It's two hands. There's nuts. Trying to describe this the best I can. I think it's got nougat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
See a nougat.
Any guesses?
Johnny, any guesses? It's brown.
Mm-hmm. Coated.
It's coated.
And
Any
it
guesses?
serves a lot.
It serves a lot.
Yeah. Serves a lot of people.
Any guesses? Hello?
Are they there? Did they pass out?
Just get on with it, boys. What is it?
Nougat. It's got nougat, caramel, peanut, smoked chocolate.
It is
What,
a
Snickers?
It is a.
Oh, Pete's got it.
Yeah, he got it.
It's a huge Snickers. This is like
It's like
16 ounce. That's huge, dude.
it's a Snickers slice and share. The thing is fucking massive.
It's a good foot long.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, I mean you could play baseball with that fucking thing.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude.
Phantom Jest sent this to me
Nice.
for Christmas.
Nice.
Same with those half pound Reese's
Damn,
peanut
Reese's
butter cups.
half
They're
pound.
half pound a piece.
A piece?
Yeah.
What?
Is that the biggest fucking shit you've ever seen?
Yeah, that's huge.
So big shout out to her.
Huge cups.
Yeah. Big cups here.
Those big ass cups.
Yeah.
I love big cups.
I like big cup.
So, Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right, gentlemen. Good times.
It's been
Totally.
fun.
Let's call it a day, boys. Let's
right.
meet up next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah, we'll have another guest from our user appreciation on.
Absolutely.
All right.
And more games we've been playing recently.
Oh, jeez.
Gee.
Always.
I think this one should be called Pete's games he's been playing recently.
Yeah.
Episode.
The record has been broken.
See, next week it'll probably just be Star Wars and that's it. So we'll see.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks.
Have a great
Have a great
evening,
New Year.
guys.
Yeah. See you.
Till next time, boys.
All right. Bye.
Bye.